Spencer Leftwich, who formerly was a coach over at the University of North Texas, and Aaron Walterscheid, both are going to be running game and passing game coordinators respectively. So think co-offensive coordinators. Coach Young was saying he wants to get to a run-first type offense, so maybe won't be seeing that air raid, especially now. Who knows if we're even going to see Brandon Ingle, who moved from wide receiver, who's going to be the starting quarterback. The question tonight is he going to play, or is it going to be Trevor Moon out there? So I think that's what we're all ready to see. It looks like Brandon Ingle's down there completely dressed, full uniforms, full pads, but they had Trevor Moon out there practicing with the ones. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of fun to see, AJ.
Yeah, that was the biggest question coming into tonight, is who would be the starting quarterback for Lake Dallas. Brandon Ingle was the biggest question tonight, but he did come dressed and did participate in warm-ups. Lake Dallas going to be kicking off to start the season, going to be going left to right, or excuse me, right to left. So the question of who will be the starting quarterback will have to wait.
And Lake Dallas going to have some key defensive players starting out. They're returning Texas Tech commit Kobe Minor, who had a phenomenal previous season, and also his former brother, or his current brother still, but former Falcon Daryl Minor. He's playing over there at Abilene Christian, so it's a pretty athletic family, the Miners are. It's going to be a really fun defense to watch. Heard really good things throughout the offseason. The question marks lay on the offensive side. What can they do now that Jeremy Mells and Ryan Depperschmidt are gone?
Yeah, questions that will find answers momentarily. Just about set, waiting for the referee's first whistle of 2019.
Man, you can just feel the tension up from here. Look at all these guys ready on the line.
They're ready to go.
A little bit of a different formation here. Looks like they got their two gunners up in the front next to the kicker, Anthony Patty.
It's the offseason no more. The refs blow their whistle. Anthony Patty going to send it off. It's Preston Gregg actually taking the kick. It's a short one, fielded at the 20. The Broncos will take it past the 25, pushed out of bounds, and all ready to start the season. A penalty marker flies on the first kickoff of 2019.
Wow, that's not always the best sign. It's starting off the first play with some dirty laundry on the field. But it is football now, and football has changed a little bit. So a little bit of tug of the jersey. You know, these refs are fresh off of training. They're ready to go. They're looking for every little thing. And as the season goes on, they'll start becoming more and more blind. And I think all these fans listening right now, they've known me as a ref hater. And if you call me a ref hater, I say go watch that Saints-Rams game. Tell me whether or not I was right or wrong there.
I think that was a personal blow.
Shouldn't be too big into me right now.
So the Broncos starting out in shotgun formation, two wide receivers on the right side. Looks like that penalty ended up being on Denton. They're going to back them up just at the 5-yard line. So already it's going to be first and long to start the offensive season for the Broncos. Quarterback for Denton is going to be Devin Guajardo. Senior going to be in shotgun formation. Two receivers to his right, one to his left. He's got split backs. Now one steps up and motion to the right side. That's the fullback. Snap taken, handoff inside, and he's going to be swallowed up just past the 6-yard line. Might have gotten a yard, but that's going to be generous. Good start up front for the Lake Dallas defense.
And that was a great tackle there by Zach Blakely. Able to find the hole, be able to find their rusher, number 21. It looks like that's going to be Connor Shelley, so they are returning one of their former running backs. Denton, you know, they're bringing in a whole new set of fresh faces as well.
Yeah, question marks for Denton just as well. Another handoff. This one's to the left. He's going to get outside. Past the 5, past the 6, breaks a couple of contact and found out of bounds just past the 20-yard line, so it's going to bring up third down. Guajardo handing off again to Drew Coker, the senior.
And that was a good backside pursuit there by Christian Hernandez, even though, 4-yard game, but look, it's already 3rd and 6. Lake Dallas defense off to a pretty good start so far, but it looks like your returning starters, there's only going to be 3 out there. It's going to be Kelvin Yuka, Kobe Minor, and I'll get back to you on that.
3rd and 6 on their own 20. Play action pass to the right. He's got a man at the 20, 25, big hit coming out of the corner, and he's going to be stopped well short of the first down. Big hit coming from Kobe Minor. You mentioned him in the pregame, and already on the first series defensively, he's making an impact.
Hello is what he's saying. I'm that D1 commit here on this team. He's Kobe Minor. You can't talk about it enough. He is a big play guy. The only question mark I think anyone can have about him is, can he stay healthy for a full season? He has so much he's so athletic, such a spark for the defense, and may even be playing a little bit of offense. Depends on what Coach Young wants to do.
Well, he's returning this punt. That's going to be sent out to the 40. Coker's going to field it, change his direction, move upfield, break a couple of tackles before he's ultimately stopped right short of the 50-yard line. Good field position starting for Dallas.
Yeah, that was a really good punt return there by Kobe Minor for Lake Dallas. But right now, Lake Dallas about to go on offense, and we will let you know who this quarterback's going to be. So, you know what? We don't even have to go break to commercial. Y'all can get to that in a little bit, because I think we really need to talk. What do you think, AJ? I know you're new, but just from knowing these names, would you prefer Brandon Ingle or Trevor Moon? Well, you got to go by name here.
Well, it looks like the experience may be the thing that's going to be the biggest factor. Ingle had not taken any snaps at quarterback for Lake Dallas, but neither did neither did Trevor Moon last year for varsity. So.
But it looks like it's going to be Brandon Ingle is the starting quarterback, so he is playing tonight, folks.
Ingle healthy and ready to go. First pass to the right. It's going to be over there, caught at the 40-yard line, past the 30, Minor. 20, Minor into the 10, 5. He's in the end zone for a touchdown, and that did not take long at all.
Wow, and right as I mentioned it, too, Coach Young wanted to put in Kobe Minor on the offense, and first play of the game for the Lake Dallas offense. It's a touchdown to Kobe Minor. It's a big play guy, huge play. That's a great start for Brandon Ingle. Get his confidence there at the quarterback position, and they are all hyped up.
Yeah, any questions about Brandon Ingle being healthy just got answered, and it did not take long. First play from scrimmage, Brandon Ingle says, "This is my quarterback position." Good start for the offense. Can't start any better for this. Let's see if the extra point. Good snap, good hold. It's right through the uprights, and a great start out of the gate. Lake Dallas taking advantage of good field position. Off on the right foot, 7-0 here at Falcon Stadium. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
Commercial flooring can be complicated. Let the team at TW Hicks uncomplicate the process. Located right here in Denton, Texas, TW Hicks will work with you to determine the best solution for your flooring needs. Focused on quality service, quality leadership, and the experience needed to be your industrial flooring solution, make TW Hicks your flooring source.
Maston Air Conditioning and Heating, owned and operated by Jason Maston, located at 380 Main Street in the heart of Lake Dallas. Give them a call at 940-321-5392 or click mastonair.com.
Back here at Falcon Stadium, Lake Dallas taking a 7-0 lead after one play from scrimmage, thanks to a defensive stop that gave them great field position. AJ Tellers alongside me, Garen Schatz. This is your Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast, first game of the season against the Denton Broncos. Kicking right to left again, and they're all green, fresh threads for 2019. Kick is underway, and the Broncos will return this out from their 6-yard line. Blocks in front of him, a lot of space to the 20, 25. Oh, found a hole inside the 40-yard line, tripped up, and he stumbles across the 45. And whoever got a hand to his feet to trip him up might have saved a big play, possibly worse.
And that big return was there by, looks like number 2, Javon Evans, who the sophomore wide receiver, 5'8", 165, so that guy can fly a little bit. Definitely got the best of the Lake Dallas return team. They had a little bit of a struggle with special teams the previous season back in 2018, so whether they improve on that or not, it remains to be seen.
Special teams can sometimes, or a lot of times, win you or lose you a football game. So Denton down 7-0 right here, 49-yard line. Set with a fresh set of downs, second possession of the game. Bubble screen to the right from Guajardo past the 50-yard line and tackled by a trio of Lake Dallas Falcons, and it's going to bring up a second down and medium. Got to about the 47-yard line. They're in Falcon territory.
Yeah, and that tackle there, first contact was by DeMarjay Williams-Beard, but he's the new guy, senior defensive back, 6 foot, 170. You know, he laid that shoulder into him, but you got to be able to wrap up, especially with these bigger Denton guys. They got a lot of weight.
Guajardo out of the gun, 2 receivers on both sides, hands it off on an option, and Coker's going to get about to the 46-yard line. Only got about a yard on that one. That's going to set up 3rd down and 4, and they're spotted on the Falcons' 46-yard line.
And that was a nice tackle there by Austin Arvizo, and Coach Young talked about he's able to get back to that 4-3 defense, which is what Coach Jason Young does best along with the Lake Dallas defense.
3 receivers on the left, Guajardo the snap, handing off again to Coke, and he's got a big hole past the 40, past the 30-yard line, line, and a big gain and a first down, the first fresh set of chains for Denton, and that's going to be spotted just inside the 30-yard line. So it looked like the Falcons defense was going to get another short stop, but not so fast.
And it looks like Connor Shelley is doing a great job for the Denton running back crew, as already just kind of running all over the place.
Hand off to Shelley inside off the tackle, gets past the 30 into the 20, tackled from behind, and he might have got another first down, and a tackle made there by Kobe Minor. He's making his presence felt tonight.
Yeah, so it looks like they may have gotten another first down. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and move those chains, but Kobe Minor, then again, he's going to be the safety net, but the defensive line's got to do a better job of getting that push.
At the 16-yard line, first down, hand off to the right. Shelley lost the football. It's on the ground, and it got picked up by the Falcons, trying to find out who got it.
Number 7, that is Kelvin Yuka.
And Lake Dallas defensively making their presence known. They back up a 3-and-out, which led to a one-play touchdown drive offensively, and then they force a turnover after Denton entered their Falcon side of the field.
You know, maybe I just need to keep on talking about Shelley, because as soon as I start talking good things about him, he goes ahead and fumbles the football. So y'all want to encourage me to keep on talking about these 10 running backs, because it leads to turnovers. So Kelvin Yuka, just a really good job. He's one of those defensive captains, as we said, walking out on the field. But, man, is it a good sight to see Brandon Engel getting back out there.
Yeah, so far so good for Lake Dallas. Mike Young could not have asked for a better start, and right on cue, there's a snap infraction that's going to back the Falcons up 5 yards. So already in a dangerous part of the field to start a drive. They were on their 16-yard line. They're going to get backed up even further.
Yeah, this is going to bring them into their own territory inside the 10-yard line. So they're getting a little too close for the end zone, especially for a new quarterback to kind of feel safe. But look for Jaden McGrew. He's supposed to be that number 1 wide receiver that Mike Young's very excited about.
So at their own 9-yard line, they're going to be finished with a 1st and 15. Brandon Engel out for his second series of work. He's got 2 receivers to his right. He's got 2 to his left. 1 receiver to his left and a running back on his left hip. Here's the snap. Engel going to flip it out to the flat. He's got his receiver who's going to be tackled almost immediately.
And that's going to be the former Denton wide receiver, Hunter Hope. So you got to think, Hunter Hope probably was whispering a couple things into Coach Mike Young's ear, kind of saying, hey, look, this is what they were doing when I was here, so let's go ahead and do it here.
Yeah, with Engel being placed into the quarterback position, that depth chart at wide receivers going to be active. Handoff inside, going to get past the tackles into the 20-yard line, and that was Trevor Lindsay.
It's good to see Trevor Lindsay out there. I'm still kind of getting used to these new numbers. A bunch of these guys, Trevor Lindsay now wearing 4. Previously was number 27, but I really appreciate these coaches changing the jerseys, because you now can see the numbers with the white on the green.
Someone moved early. Free play for Engel. Going to heave it downfield, looking for his man, caught at the 40-yard line, but he was out of bounds, and that was Hunter Hope again. But it didn't matter, as a Bronco defender jumped the line. It was a free play, and it's going to result in a first down for Lake Dallas.
I think they're going to say that was a catch there, AJ. I think they counted that one as a catch.
You're right, Darren.
He got his foot right there inside the line before stepping out, so a great catch by Hunter Hope.
So that's going to bring the Falcons at their own 37-yard line with a fresh set of downs. 7-0 Lake Dallas here in the opening quarter. 7:26 left to play.
Lots of pausing here by the refs. Telling them push the time up. It looks like they left the play clock running here, but they're finally about to get underway.
Got Engel under center out of the pistol. Going to hand it off to his right. That's Lindsay. And he's going to be swallowed up at the 40-yard line. Check that. That was first appearance of someone we've been needed to talk about. That's Ike Onyekwere.
Yes, Ike Onyekwere. It's very good to see him back. With the departure of Kylie Smith, they kind of had that Thunder Lightning duo. The key to this game is getting the running game going.
Hand off to Ike up the middle, and he's going to get past the 45-yard line, just shy of a first down, and that will bring up 3rd and short.
A little bit of pancakes going on down on the field. Kellen Culberson along with number 88 of Denton, Nate Burchell. Looks like Kelvin, it looks like Kelvin got the best of him on that play. Had him completely laying on his back on the ground, but it's good to see a good rush there.
So 3rd down and 1 at their own 46-yard line. You got Engel out at the shotgun. He's got IK to his left hip. He's got Hope down to his left, 3 receivers to his right. Handoff inside to IK is going to get the first down. He's going to get past the 50-yard line. He took a couple of Broncos with him. Picks up about 7 yards, but more importantly, they get the first down, and they're entering Bronco territory with some momentum here.
I'll say one thing about IK Onyekure is he has really put on a ton of muscle. Last year was definitely not as ripped as he is now, but now 6 foot, 200 pounds, so he's a load.
Lindsey in the backfield is going to get the snap from Engel, and he's going to get tackled just past the 45-yard line, got to about the 46.
Really good rush there by Lindsey, and it's a little bit different of a formation now that they're going with dual running backs. They're trying to keep kind of the Kylie Smith and the IK Onyekure type game going, but it looks like they're back to single.
Got IK to his left hip. You got Hope in motion. He's going to get the handoff on a reverse, and he's going to be stopped right about the line of scrimmage, so nothing doing there. Some trickery for Lake Dallas, and that was actually Fabian Nava on the handoff. He came out of the slot, motioned in, and got the handoff from Engel. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Lake Dallas on the Broncos' 42-yard line. On top 7-0 with 5:20 and counting here in the opening quarter.
I got to think that Fabian Nava's got to be related to the former Falcon, Idzeo Nava.
It's probably a good inference. And somebody moved early. Referees will let us know which side it came from, and that's going to be a false start on Lake Dallas.
Yeah, and that's going to be on number 65 of the Falcons. It looks like Jonathan Sinneground, the new offensive lineman, who's having to kind of replace Jackson Berry, who is injured. That's another key guy we didn't really talk about that the Falcons aren't able to have out on the field. And one thing you see, the Denton defensive linemen are bigger. These offensive linemen for Lake Dallas aren't near as big.
Yeah, that's a drive killer, that false start. That brings up 3rd down and 9. Play fake. Engel going to toss it. He's got a man down the sideline to his right. He's got him. Caught at the 15-yard line. And Lake Dallas, another big play on the outside. Wow. Engel connecting with Jaden McGrew. The senior able to pick up at least 20 yards, and it's going to put Lake Dallas at the 16-yard line. They're threatening once again.
If there was any question about Brandon Engel's arm, I think he just proved everyone wrong. And Jaden McGrew, he's your wide receiver number 1.
Out of the shotgun, Engel going to hand it off to the left side. That's IK. He's going to get to the 10-yard line. Actually might have got stopped at the 11. Short game there.
Look at IK. It's a short game, but one thing you got to pay attention to with these rushers is how are they falling? Are they falling forwards, or are they just going to go flat and fall on their back whenever they get tackled? The key to there is lowering their pads and getting that extra yard, extra 2 yards. That's exactly what IK did.
And IK figures to be a critical part of this offense, this new philosophy with their leading rush from a year ago departing. Here's the snap. Oh, that handoff came out. Engel had trouble with the handoff. It came on the ground. The Falcons will hold on to it. Someone picked it up. I almost believe it was Hunter Hope.
And it looked like that was number 25, a defensive back for Lake Dallas, Edward Bellin, on that play there.
Somebody picked it up, but Lake Dallas nonetheless will hold on to it. It's going to back them up 3 yards. It's going to set up a 3rd and 13. Backed him up a little bit more than that, but it's 3rd and 13. Here's the snap. Play fake. Oh, look out. Engel getting chased.
He's
in pursuit at the 30-yard line. He's going to do just that. He'll throw it away and evade the sack. And that fumble really killed that drive that was awfully promising, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 13 to go at the Broncos 17-yard line. So it shouldn't be too difficult of a field goal opportunity, or rather pedestrian distance.
No, and it's trying to see who's going to be the kicker here, because on these kickoffs they've been sending both Anthony Patty and it looks like number 14, Trevor Moon, is going to be the holder on this one. But they've been sending out both their kickers. I can't figure out the other guy's name. I'll have to get it to you by the time we get back from break.
Yeah, so Anthony Patty, left-footed kicker. Good snap, good hold, but it got blocked. Protection wasn't there, and it's picked up. No, it wasn't picked up by the Broncos. Regardless, it's going to be a turnover, but I have to say there was a Bronco who had a chance to pick that up with open space and running room. Lake Dallas has to be fortunate that that's just going to be a turnover, and it was not returned for much gain.
Yeah, and that that block right there, it goes back to this offensive line. You know, it's a new set of fresh faces. These guys are young. They got to get kind of used to these bigger defensive linemen. So instead of sitting back in their seat, like whenever they're about to go and pass protect, they got to do this kind of like a run block. They got to put their weight into these guys, because if you get back and set on your butt, then bad things happen.
First down pass is going to be a bubble screen to the right side. Tackled at the 20-yard line, going to get a short gain. Broncos only picking up a couple. Actually, they're going to spot that behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to lose a yard.
So go ahead and add another stat to Kobe Miner's list as he gets that tackle for loss. He's all over the field today. You're going to be hearing his name quite a lot this season, and got a couple more years of these Miners, guys.
Guajardo out of the gun once again. 3 receivers to his left. Not going to need him. He's going to hand it off to Koch to the right side. He's going to get swallowed up again. Not a lot of running room surrendered by that Lake Dallas front 7.
Yeah, so it looks like number 18 or 19 for him, Jonah Lawrence, with the runner. Actually, it looks like they have number 18 out there, which we do not have on our sheet for the roster. So they got a couple new guys here on the Denton squad kind of doing some work.
You know, the numbers on the back of their jersey are about as hard to see as you could imagine. They just do not stand out, those gold on white. Third down snap. Guajardo going to let it go down the right side of the field. Ran out of room. Incomplete pass. Good coverage there on his man. That looked like it was number 36 for Lake Dallas. That was DeMar J. Williams-Beard with the stop, and Lake Dallas offensively will get the ball back.
Yeah, they went ahead and put the new guy on check with DeMar J. Williams-Beard. Good coverage. My one concern right there, you got to be able to turn your head around, because some refs, it depends on what type of day they're having. They having a good day, they're probably not going to call it on you. They're having a bad day.
These days, all it does take is just a little bit of contact to draw that flag. Receivers can do a great job of selling it. So 4th down and 10 on their own 25-yard line. The Broncos will punt. Kobe Miner back to return this one. He's had a busy day so far here in game day number 1, 2009 season getting underway. Falcons on top 7-0, 2:38 left in the first quarter. And there's going to be a timeout by the Broncos. 7-0, Lake Dallas ahead early, 2:38 left in the first quarter. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcasting Lake Dallas High School football.
Sparkle cheerleaders.
Therapy Partners Corinth is a proud supporter of all Falcon athletics. Their main goal is keeping your athlete in the game and you cheering in the stands. So if you have any aches or pains that limit your daily life, be sure to give Therapy Partners Corinth a call at 940-498-4004 or visit their website at ptofcorinth.com. Or go ahead and ask your physician how Therapy Partners Corinth can help you today. Let's go Falcons. Let's go prove them wrong out there.
Back to work here at Falcon Stadium. 7-0 Lake Dallas leads the Denton Broncos. Garen Shantz alongside me. I'm AJ Tellers. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club. Punt is up, going to bounce right past Kobe Miner. He just let it go. That was the smart decision. And this punt's going to roll all the way to the 20, 15. It's going to fall at the 10-yard line. Denton could not have gotten a more favorable bounce. And Kobe Miner let that one go, but hard to blame him on a short hop. And Lake Dallas, for the second time tonight, is going to be pinned inside their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's a really good punt out there by the Denton kicker. Those are tough decisions to make if you're the punt return man like Kobe Miner was right there, because when it takes that hop, you never exactly know where it's going to go. He took the safe decision. Oski, or actually Oski, that's when you get a pick, but Peter, which basically calling off all his guys, because that took a really weird bounce, kind of bounced back, almost hit a Lake Dallas Falcon.
Yeah,
but
it's not the type of punt you want to feel on a short hop. Better off letting it go. All right, so Lake Dallas starting at their own 10-yard line. Brandon Engel out for his 3rd series. He's got split backs behind him out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right. Going to hand it off to his running back to his left side, who's got nowhere to go. He's going to lose at least a yard. Broncos brought him back a couple. Let's see where forward progress is going to rule him down.
Yeah, and that was Trevor Lindsay on the carry there, but you got to think there's got to be some pass plays that they're about to dial up. You know, they're coming from an air raid type offense. They going to bring it back for Brandon Engel? Let's see.
He's got Ike on his left hip out of the shotgun. Snap. He's going to throw it. Bubble screen to Hope, who's broken up immediately. Dangerous pass on the flat side of his field to his left, and it's broken up, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and it looks like that's kind of a conservative play call there, going with the short bubble screen whenever you're inside your own 10-yard line. That's something, you think, man, we can get about 5-6 yards from this play, but Denton's thinking the same thing. They're going to play it safe.
Let's see how aggressive Mike Young chooses to be here. 3rd and 10. Engel going to throw it. Under pressure, is able to break out of the pocket, and he's got room to run. He gets a block at the 20. He's past the 30-yard line and dove past, trip from behind past the 35-yard line. Brandon Engel gets Lake Dallas out of a huge hole on 3rd down, a massive gain using his legs, and if anything, that answers the question that he is for sure 100% healthy.
Oh, yeah, and he was dealing with that weird leg injury, but looks like they're going to go with the hurry up.
Hurry up on 1st down, handoff to IK. He's going to get past the 40-yard line, tackled just short. Good gain of at least 4 yards. We'll see where they're spotted.
And how about that? Just right down the middle, just go through the heart of the defense. IK Onyekure doing a great job of keeping his pads low, keeping all that momentum forward, falling for 2-3 extra yards, and it really is paying off for the Falcons.
You got McGrew all the way at the top, and you got Hope down to his left. Ingram, handoff to IK, bounces off his line. Good change of direction, and he's going to hit some bodies at the 50-yard line. Not a huge gain, but enough for a 1st down, and the Falcons move the chains again.
Yeah, Engel's already impressing me with his ability to command the offense. We knew he was an elite wide receiver, but now he's taken over the reins as quarterback, and he's doing a spectacular job so far.
You like the pace and the tempo of this Lake Dallas offense. Handoff to Ike, past the 50-yard line. He's going to be wrapped up, pulled down, and a flag flies at the 49-yard line. And let's see what the call is.
And you want to know what my call is?
Go for it.
My guess is going to be a late hit, or it's going to be some. I'm calling
face
late
mask
hit.
against Denton, so that's going to give Lake Dallas a boost.
Yep, and that only helps Lake Dallas, as you said. But they're going to go ahead and bring their X factor, Kobe Minor, back onto the field for this offensive play. So you got to think they have some tricks up their sleeve. Could be a decoy. More than likely will be a decoy when you have a player of Kobe Minor's caliber and a guy who's committed to Texas Tech. That's going to just draw the defense over there, only open things up for
He's
Engel.
a playmaker for a team in desperate need of one. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Engel under pressure, going to leave it downfield. He's got Minor at the 9-yard line, who's going to break a tackle, make a man miss. He's pushed out of bounds at the 4-yard line. A nice job there by Engel to extend the play and find his number 1 receiver. Maybe Garen Shantz. We talked about maybe perhaps Jaden McGrew filling that role, but Kobe Minor is a threat on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they're going to have to go ahead and run Kobe Minor about 10 miles for him to get in shape for this.
So 1st down and goal from the 6-yard line. Engel, handoff to IK. He's going to be wrapped up immediately after the handoff. That Bronco defense hasn't had much to show for tonight outside of a block punt, but their front 7 is bending, but they're not breaking. They're getting good pressure on Ingram and the running game. So far, IK Onyekure unable to get the ground game going out of the running back position.
I can already almost sense these guys next to us, these media guys, already typing up stories about Kobe Minor and how such a fantastic job he's doing for the Falcons and ability to kind of play all over the field. Doing a great job along with IK Onyekure and the rest of the team.
And Minor's definitely been the standout. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter here at Falcon Stadium. Lake Dallas threatening on the goal line, but they're already on top 7-0 here at Lake Dallas Stadium. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
Hey Falcon fans, Drew here. I'm currently sitting in the booth enjoying the all-new Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich from our local Chick-fil-A. Their close location on Kensington Square on Swisher Road in Corinth makes it easy to hop in your car or ride your bike. So why wait? Head over to Chick-fil-A and remember to try the Chick-fil-A One app, available on Android and the iOS App Store. Eat more chicken, Falcons. The Lake Dallas Quarterback Club would like to thank one of our sponsors, Mark Tucker Allstate. Serving the Lake Dallas area, Mark Tucker Allstate is located on FM 2181 in Hickory Creek. Stop by or give them a call at 940-321-1881 for a quote today.
I don't always watch high school football under the Friday night lights. But when I do, it's with Maston Air, watching the late Dallas Falcons crushing it. Stay cool, my friends.
First quarter in the books here at Lake Dallas Stadium, or at Falcons Stadium. 7-0 Falcons on top of the Broncos. Switching sides of the field. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Here's the snap, handoff, run to the left side before he's hit down at the 1-yard line. Broncos able to keep him out of the end zone. That'll bring up 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that was Fabian Nava there. It looked like he was going to go ahead and get in, just dive for the end zone, but good job by Denton's defense to able to stop him right there. Looks like Randy was going to brown this one.
3rd down and going to be
fumble.
Look like they're going for a sneak, and the ball came out on the snap, and it's loose, and there's no way to tell from here who got it. But the Broncos are celebrating a bad snap. Angle unable to get the exchange, and just like that, the Broncos celebrate the signal from the referee. It's a turnover. The Broncos pick it up. And
is that a touchdown? That's the question. I mean,
they're just celebrating. The Falcons turn the ball over at the 1-yard line. It was hard to tell exactly what happened. It was a bad snap, and from our vantage point, whenever there's a mosh pit with a football underneath, it's impossible to tell who's got it. Only indication is going to be a couple of players celebrating, and that's exactly what happened. About 5 or 6 Broncos ran down the field, and we just waited for that referee to signal where the ball was going, and they pointed, it's going the other way. So, second costly turnover that cost Lake Dallas points. And while this game as a whole has started relatively well, there's got to be a couple of big changes that Mike Young would like to see out of his offense. They have not taken care of the football when they've gotten in position to score points. Yeah, so that's going to bring up the Bronco offense at their own 2-yard line. Guajardo is going to throw, and that pass got tipped at the line of scrimmage. Not sure who got to it, but someone got to the quarterback, and I think it was late as that flag came in the end zone. And, yep, that's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer on Lake Dallas, and that's going to help the Broncos back out of their own goal line.
Yeah, that's going to be on Junior Flores back there. That's a very late hit. You got to be smarter than that if you're playing defensive line. You get through a little too easy, you got to question it. Was that really that easy? Unless you're just that quick, which it's almost impossible to be that quick. But got to be able to be smarter on those plays.
Well, Harda out of the gun with some room to work. They're at their own 11-yard line. Here's the snap. Guajardo going to throw it down the middle of the field. It's incomplete. A couple of Falcons converging on it to break that up. Brings up 2nd down and 10. It's obviously never overstated the importance of complementary football, but what you don't want to do is play complementary to the point where you're helping the other team. Lake Dallas fumbling at the 1-yard line and then defensively committing a roughing the passer penalty to give Broncos some room. So they're doing Denton a lot of favors out of the gate here in the second quarter. Guajardo the snap, going to hand off, a lot of running room inside of the 25-yard line. Koch's going to get to the 30 before he's knocked down, and a big gain. So Denton's showing some life out of the gate here in the second quarter.
And I believe that was number 21, once again, Connor Shelley on the carry there, AJ, but he's just running all over the place out there on the field. Lake Dallas defense still trying to figure out how they're going to be able to close this 4-man front and how they need to be able to close in on their offensive linemen whenever they sense it's that run play.
Yeah, Shelley, the one running back along Guajardo. He's got 3 receivers to his right, and he's got 1 lone to his left. Shelley now motions over to Guajardo's right hip. And the snap, going to give it right to Shelley. He's going to change his direction to the 40-yard line. He's going to break free with a blocker in front of him, and he stumbles. The turf monster saving Lake Dallas from a potential big gain that led to points. I should change that. It was a big gain, but again, the turf monster probably saving some points there for Lake Dallas.
Oh yeah, the turf monster just saved 6 points off the scoreboard. And number 11, it looked like for the Falcons, that's going to be Joseph Taylor. Just kind of missed his man on Shelley.
First down here. Shelley, another handoff, and he's going to be tackled from behind, and he's going to be swallowed up. And they may have got to the 35-yard line, and that's where they're going to spot it. So the Broncos will have a 2nd down and 8 opportunity from the Falcon 33-yard line. 10-20 and counting here in the second quarter. It's 7-0 Lake Dallas. Lake Dallas scoring a touchdown on their very first possession on offense, but outside of that, it's been kind of sloppy offensively for the Falcons. 2nd down and 8. Guajardo out of the gun. He's got Shelley to his left again, and he's going to give it. No, he's going to keep it. it on a play fake. Slot receiver wide open. Caught it with a knee on the ground, so he's going to be down. A couple of extracurriculars after the whistle, but no flags came in.
Yeah, and that was, looks like the guy on that kind of big hit for the Falcons was number 28, Kellen Ferguson. Kind of giving him a little pop, saying, hey, look, I'm here. Don't forget about me.
So 9:40 and counting. The Broncos with a 3rd down, 1 to go. They're at the Falcon 26-yard line. And Guajardo under center here, and he's going to back up. Shotgun again. He's got 2 receivers on each side. He's got Shelley to his left. 3rd and 1 to go. Going to throw it, pump fake. Going to heave it down the end zone. Nobody's there, incomplete. And Guajardo taking a shot, didn't have the room, so he threw it at the back corner of the end zone, and here comes the field goal unit for Denton.
Well, he might have gotten his invisible man back there in the end zone because there was just no coordination between Guajardo and his wide receiver, as it looked like Guajardo threw a corner route and his wide receiver ran a stop route, so a lot of miscommunication there, and you got to think Denton's head coach Billy Miller's going to have a little chat with them on the sideline.
So Jonah Lawrence, check that, here comes some trickery. They're going to line up to snap it. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and they're pushing at the 35-yard line, and it all depends on where the spot goes. So it looked like Denton was going to swap out their special teams unit, but instead of lining up to kick a field goal, they lined up to run a play. They run a quarterback sneak, and they got it.
Yeah, and this kind of comes down to you got to be able to see that, and those are hard to defend. You know, you got to be able to stack the line against each other. But when you have smaller players than the other team, it's just a matter of who can be more aggressive, who can be more quick off the line of scrimmage. Denton that time was just more quick.
I think the key there too was you had so many players coming on and off the field. It was just easy to relax for a bit. 1st down snap, going to hand it off to Shelley to the right side, going to get around the edge to the 20. He's got some room. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's gone. It's a touchdown for Shelley and the Denton Broncos. And just like that, it's a 7-6 game, and Denton, barring an extra point, are looking to tie this up. Boy, has this game changed as we've entered the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, Shelley is doing a really good job for the Denton Broncos. Lake Dallas is kind of having some wide open holes down the middle. It looks like the 2 defensive tackles here getting a little bit of push, but they're also being held by Denton's offensive guards, and I think that these refs are just missing it.
Jonah Lawrence out to kick the extra point. Here's the hold, and just like that, they got to it. Lake Dallas able to get a block of their own. Not sure who got there. Looked like number 11 coming out, Joseph Taylor, the junior, able to get some penetration and block that extra point. And Lake Dallas, with a silver lining of that possession, are able to keep that drive, are able to keep the lead. It's 7-6. Lake Dallas on top here in weekday 1. You're listening to Lake Dallas football on the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
Are you thinking of selling your home? Sub-Zero Realty is changing the real estate game and making sure you get to keep more of your hard-earned equity. Don't sell the old way. Make the most of your move by visiting their website at www.subzerorealty.com or call at 940-228-1461. Allow their team of local certified real estate agents to work for you and sell your home for less than free when you buy with Sub-Zero Realty.
So a touchdown run from Connor Shelley would have tied the ball game up if it not for a block of the extra point by Joseph Taylor. And the Falcons hold on to a 7-6 lead. They're going to get the ball back. 8:43 left in the first half. And Lake Dallas on top 7-6. So Garen, there's been some electric plays offensively for Lake Dallas, but all in all, there has been some sloppiness out of the gate here to start the season.
Yeah, and I think just ball security is what it comes down to. Obviously, the electricity is there for the Falcons offense, but they need to be able to protect the ball.
Kickoff underway here, and Lake Dallas will get it at their end zone, bringing it out to the 10-yard line. 15, bounces outside, penalty marker at the 20. He's at the 30-yard line and hit out of bounds. Nice hit there. On the return that time for Lake Dallas, there's going to be a penalty marker. That was Godwin Ogachukwu.
Number 46.
And how about this, though? Godwin Ogachukwu, excuse me if I got that name wrong, but 6 foot, 190 pound sophomore. So this is going to be his first varsity game under the Friday Night Lights. So you got to think, he gets that first return. He's really feeling it today. And it was, by the way, Godwin, that Ogachukwu that had lost the ball back here on this side of the end zone back in the first quarter. So he's a little bit nervous, has a little bit of those jitters, but man, how about him laying that hit there on the kickoff return with the ball in his hands? You got to like that from a sophomore wide receiver.
You certainly like the depth that Lake Dallas has seen tonight out of the wide receiver position. They've gotten production out of Hope. Nava's had some action. He's had some action in the running game as well. So far, the biggest standout of the night, though, has to be Kobe Minor.
Oh, 100%. I don't think you can deny Kobe Minor's abilities. And I think another guy that's really making some plays is Austin Arvizo out there for the defense, along with, obviously, Brandon Engel and Jaden McGrew's huge catch.
So here come the Falcons out. First down and 10 to go. They're going to start their own 8-yard line, backed up for the third time tonight. Snap to Engel, going to hand it off. That's Ike, who's going to get wrapped up from behind. Got past the 5-yard line to the 6, and not a big gain, if anything, there. And they're actually going to say he lost yardage, so a 2-yard loss. Ike unable to get anything out of the backfield going in the running game. And that's something that we didn't get a chance to talk about, but this Mike Young-led offense is really going to have to look for Ike to have a big impact in the running game with their leading rusher from a year ago. We'll get more on that in a second. Handoff inside to Ike again, going to get to the 10-yard line right between the A-gap before he's swallowed up. So what I was saying, Garen, is the biggest loss of perhaps anyone on the roster from a year ago has to be quarterback Ryan Depperschmidt. Not only did he throw for 2,300 yards, he was also the team's leading rusher.
Yeah, and it leaves a huge hole because IK Onyekure is going to have to be able to fill that spot. And Ryan Depperschmidt had nearly 1,000 yards rushing. And that's what's crazy to me. A quarterback for your team almost had 1,000 yards rushing and was your leading rusher. And he was banged up every single game. Every hit he was taking back there was like, man, is he going to get to play the next play? Is he not? Because he came up limping every single time.
Yeah, a lot was asked of Depperschmidt, but he did appear in all 11 games. False start penalty is going to back up Lake Dallas 5 more yards. So they're faced with a 3rd down and 13 on their own 5. Angle under pressure, going to heave it downfield to the right sideline. It's caught. Did he stay in bounds? Referee said he did. What a catch and what a play by Lake Dallas. Credit that one to Jaden McGrew, the number 1 wideout, is looking like it tonight. Number 1 being a number 1, and it's going to be a first down at the 31-yard line. Lake Dallas backs himself out of a hole. Snap here on first down, hand up to IK. Going to get around the outside. Can he get to the line of scrimmage? He can, barreling to the 35-yard line. Nice job by Onrekaway to get to the 35 and prevent a loss.
But can't you just kind of see it whenever he's lowering his pads, him chugging along and getting those 2 extra yards? It doesn't seem like a big deal, but every single time it makes going from a 2nd and 8 to a 2nd and 6. Huge difference.
There we go, 2nd down. Quick screen to the left side. Hope going to make a man miss before he's going to get corralled by a couple of Broncos. 4 guys got to him on the tackle, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, it looks like right there the wide receiver, Jaden McGrew, coming off the big play. Maybe a little bit winded, missed his man there. It looked like number 12 for the Broncos. That's going to be Terrell Coleman made the play.
3rd down and 6. Lake Dallas at their own 35. Snap. Angle going to back out. Going to throw it. He's rolling out to his right. Going to toss it to the 50-yard line. Coming back to make the catch is McGrew for a first down. McGrew is at the 40-yard line. He came back all the way to the 50 to make that catch. And McGrew being a presence on this drive, and Lake Dallas moves the chains again. They're onto the 35-yard line, or excuse me, from the 35-yard line, they're now at Bronco territory.
So can we have a 1A and 1B wide receiver? Because I think that's what Lake Dallas has. Their 1B is going to be Kobe Minor, who he's got to take some breathers, but their 1A wide receiver is their man that they got out there all the time, and that's Jaden McGrew. Doing a great job so far in his first full start for the offense. So far, it's maybe the points aren't going up like they were last year, but the defense looks like they're playing better. The offense looks like they're more under control.
Penalty on the Broncos brings us to the 33-yard line. Handoff to Lindsey, gets it to the 30-yard line before he's hit, and it's going to be a short gain there.
Yeah, that looks like it was about a 5-yard run by Lindsey. Not too bad. Lindsey, he's added a little bit of weight too. He was on the smaller side last season. So you had a bunch of small guys on the team at the running back position. Ike Onyekawere was your biggest guy, and he weighed about 175. So he's put on 25 pounds since last season, and you got to say that's about 25 pounds of muscle.
Second down and 6 at the Bronco 29-yard line. Falcons with a 7-6 lead. 5:47 left to half number 1. And before this second down play is going to be ran, Lake Dallas will call a timeout. So the Falcons will order a stoppage here. 7-6, they're on top. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
Maston Air Conditioning and Heating, providing general services such as installation, repair, replacement, consultation, service agreement, and maintenance. And don't forget your spring and fall checkups. Maston Air Conditioning and Heating, owned and operated by Jason Maston, located at 380 Main Street in the heart of Lake Dallas. Give them a call at 940-321-5392 or click mastonair.com.
Back to Falcon Stadium. Lake Dallas on top of the Denton Broncos 7-6, 5:45 remaining in the first half. AJ Teller's alongside me, Garen Schatz, Fab Solis behind the scenes. You're listening to Lake Dallas High School football on the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hey, I got to give a quick shout out here to our guy running stats. He's typing it in all manually, so he's doing a lot of work here. Drew Smith, formerly our cameraman. It looks like his dad, Mike Smith, over here took it over, and he is doing a great job. So shout out to all of our crew and to Hurricane Harvey and to Dan Farmer and Dan Smith if you're listening.
Got a great team working here. Second down and 6. Handoff going to be inside to Ike. He was going to get just past the A gap at the line of scrimmage. Got to about the 35-yard line or 25-yard line, and that'll bring up third down and 2 to go.
Yeah, so you got a third and short here. What are you thinking? Well, you got to think you're either going to run a sweep with your wide receiver or you're going to run a bubble screen. So look for that.
See how aggressive Mike Young chooses to be here. Snap handoff to Ike. Going to run through the A gap and get to the 20-yard line before he's tripped up, but it's enough for the first down. And Lake Dallas threatening again for the second time tonight. They have entered the end zone, or entered the red zone.
You know, or you just go ahead and keep giving it to Ike Onyekawere, who's also been a star of the night. Just going right down the middle. These holes are huge that are opened by Kellen Culberson, doing a great job along with the 2 offensive guards.
Yeah, the offensive line is starting to get a spark in that running game. Handoff on first down, play fake. Got his slot receiver. He's got Minor into the 10-yard line, tackle from behind into the 9-yard line. Lake Dallas will be set up with a first and goal.
Well, this team's really surprising me. I didn't expect them to come out starting this hot with this much of a diverse lineup, with them incorporating Kobe Minor. Coach Young mentioned it a little bit, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just a trick up their sleeve. But no, they actually have him out there playing both ways.
Lindsey and Onyekawere in the backfield. Lindsey's going to get it to his right, going to move into the B gap and get inside the 5-yard line, and he's going to be brought down. That'll bring up second and goal.
And you want to know the bad part to that play? It didn't get called, but Lindsey fumbled at the end of the play, but it looks like his knee had barely hit down before he fumbled that football. A bad sign here is you got Kobe Minor limping off into the sideline, so that's one thing we talked about, was keeping him healthy. You got to think going both ways, it's going to be very, very difficult to keep Kobe Minor healthy. And you got to think at some point, who can we depend on to switch in outside of Kobe Minor? Like, is there another defensive player? You know, just thinking outside of the box here. If you had to pick one guy that wasn't Kobe Minor to play both ways,
yeah, there's not a lot of playmakers.
Who would the first choice be? I would have to say Brandon Ingle would be one of those guys, but
yeah, there's not a lot of playmakers that can make impacts on both sides of the ball. They do not grow on trees, and with Lake Dallas taking away that clock with the running game, 4:12 left to go, Den's going to call a timeout. They now have 1 remaining. So as it stands with 4:12 left in the half, Lake Dallas leads 7-6. They're faced with a 2nd and goal, 3 yards to go, spotted on that Denton 3-yard line.
Yeah, so far the Falcon offense has done a really nice job going from Aaron Walterscheid and Byron Leftwich. They're just doing a great job running and passing game coordinators, really getting Jaden McGrew involved a lot, along with Hunter Hope, the former Denton Bronco. You know he's wanting to make an impact. So at some point, I got to think they're going to hope for a touchdown. If you kind of got my
How long have you been waiting to say that one?
You know, last year it was we're going to go to Broadway with CJ Broadway. Got to come up with some other ones. So maybe it's you got to hope for a touchdown.
I wasn't warned about the puns.
Oh, there's lots of puns in this.
Here we go. 2nd and goal, snap, handoff inside. That's going to be Ike, and he's going to be stopped. Got a couple of yards there. We'll see where they spot it. So 4 minutes to go and ticking away. They're going to spot this again at the 3-yard line, so no gain there. And how aggressive do you think, Garen, that Mike Young will be here? Only on top 1. What do you think?
I think he's got to go for a pass here. They're in passing formation.
3rd down and goal here from the 3 again. Hand off to Lindsey. He's going to get to the tackle to the right side of the line. He's going to be short at the 1-yard line.
Man, just inches from the end zone. You saw him kind of stretch the ball all the way out there, long as far as he could. But you know, after the blocked field goal, and you're inches away from the end zone, and you have a strong running back in Ike Onyekure, what do you think they're going to do?
Well, it brings up 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, and Mike Young has not sent his special teams unit out yet. 3:16 left to go. I wonder if he's just trying to force the hand of Denton. You're in a spot, Garen, where your field position isn't going to change too much if you commit a delay of game penalty here. So I wonder if Mike Young is just trying to see what cards Denton's going to play here. And in fact, Young will call a timeout, so they'll only have 1 remaining. And I have to say, as valuable as those 5 yards are, if you're going to run it down, that timeout makes me believe that Mike Young wants to go for this on 4th down. If you were going to kick the field goal, why waste a timeout for 5 extra yards?
Oh yeah, he's 100% going to go for this. Mike Young, one thing that he does is he'll go for it if he thinks that they can do it. I know he's not scared of that. Think of him, I know you're a big Saints fan, so he's a lot like Sean Payton. He's really not scared to go for it if that opportunity is there. That's something I really like about Coach Young as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between playing not to lose and playing to win, and going for it. Right here definitely would be the latter. And you know, everything obviously resets when you get to a new season. Last year's stats only matter so much, but this is a Denton Bronco team that not only finished 2-8, they also had one of their losses come at the hand of the Falcons. It was a 47-28 victory for Lake Dallas that happened last year in Denton. So
also season opener as well.
Well, there you go. So Lake Dallas hoping to repeat that, but superlatives aside, here we go. 4th and 1. Angle going to sneak at the snap. He's got push. Does he have enough? He's across the goal line. There's no signal yet. Did he get through? He did. There's the hands for the referee. It's a touchdown for Brandon Angle, muscling through the goal line on a quarterback sneak on 4th down. And just like that, it's now a 13-6 game for Lake Dallas.
Man, look how hyped up Brandon Angle is out there on the sideline, flexing his muscles, showing everyone that bicep, able to go and plow through the entire defense of the Denton Broncos. A great job, great push by the Falcons, and especially by Ike Onyekure back there. Made sure to get it all, barely blocked that one.
Yeah, didn't get a chance, but again, the extra point is blocked again. So special teams on both sides has been real sloppy.
I think they made.
They made it?
I think they made
You
that
fooled me.
one.
I didn't get a chance to see it, so that one's on you.
You're good.
That one is on
Blame
you.
it on me. Blame it on the old guy.
So the extra point is good, 14-6 as it stands. 2:53 here at Lake Dallas Stadium. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
FabSol is here to talk to you about Corinth Orthodontics. Dr. V and his great staff take care of my 3 kids and all their orthodontic needs. Dr. V and his patient-friendly staff also provide Damon Clear braces, Invisalign, adult braces, teen orthodontics, and 3D Smile technology. His office is conveniently located at 3901 Swisher Road. Visit them at www.corinthorthodontics.com for your complimentary consultation, or for information, email them at info@drvortho.com.
2:53 left in the first half of opening week here at Lake Dallas High School. Falcon Stadium so far seeing a good one, 14-6. The Falcons on top after their last touchdown. Both teams have had 3 possessions apiece. Denton has punted once, punted twice, and fumbled. And let's see how their 4th possession of the game goes here. Kickoff received at the 30-yard line, taken to the 40, tackled by a couple of Falcons just past the 40-yard line, so not terrible starting position for Denton.
Yeah, and the first one on that play was number 36, DeMarjay Williams-Beard, still kind of getting used to wrapping up. It's his first time starting as well out there at the right cornerback position, but he's playing some special teams alongside that. So I think getting the wrap up, it's kind of a thing that these young kind of new guys do with the first game jitters, so just got to get a hang of that.
So Denton back out on offense, starting at their own 43-yard line. Guajardo going to evade the snack. He's going to get to the 40-yard line, and he's going to throw this one out of bounds, incomplete. Evaded the sack, and a nice job by Lake Dallas to not break there in coverage.
And this isn't a good sign. You got Kelvin Yuka down on the field, the veteran defensive end for the Falcons, but it might be a cramp the way that you got a player down here kind of stretching them out, so maybe not too much to worry about here. Just bring out the mustard, trainers.
It's only 73 degrees, but the storm that came in prior, you got to imagine the humidity down on the field is quite significant. Yet it's not so much the heat that gets some of these players, but that humidity can really drain some energy on some of these defensive linemen.
Yeah, and I think while they go ahead and take care of that, it looks like it's going to take a while. So we may go ahead and take a quick break, but we'll be right back. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hey Falcons fans, we know the hassle of finding a reliable vehicle at a reliable dealer, but here at Huffine Chevrolet, you can accomplish both in one place. That's right, look no further than your Huffine Chevy dealer located in Louisville and Plano. As a proud sponsor of your Lake Dallas Falcons, we at Huffine Chevrolet take pride in supporting our community. Since 1924, we've been treating North Texas customers the way they want to be treated. Visit our Louisville or Plano locations today. Ray Huffines, serving our community since 1924.
What's going on, everybody? Darren here to talk to you guys about LCFCA, the most amazing youth sports association in Denton County. Their mission is to promote a positive environment in youth football and cheer, fostering character, athleticism, teamwork, and sportsmanship. So go ahead and sign up your future Falcons today.
Injury timeout, and we're getting ready to get back to football here. 2nd down and 10 for Denton. Guajardo out of the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers on his left, 1 to his right, and he's got Connor Shelley on his left hip. 43-yard line on their own side of the field. The snap, Guajardo, hand off to Shelley, inside to the 45 to the 50-yard line, and he met a wall, and he stopped shy of the first down marker, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that wall there was going to be Kobe Minor. He's just kind of out there laying the boom. Must have learned from his brother Daryl, who was a year older than him, but he was known for laying the wood on some folks as well.
He's been the standout performer on both sides of the ball for Lake Dallas. 3rd down and 3 to go at the 50-yard line. Guajardo the snap. Play fake, bubble screen to the left, caught past the 1st down, spin move still going to the 45-yard line on Lake Dallas territory. Nice play there. Guajardo able to find his man on a quick screen, and they're going to get the hurry-up offense going here inside 2 minutes. 1:57 and counting.
Oh yeah, coaches aren't going to like that one. I counted 6 missed tackles on that play. Falcons got to be able to watch that back hip.
Something that can come back to bite you later on. That's Cameron Stevenson on that last game. He's out wide to the left side of Guajardo. 141. Snap. Shelley outside. Nowhere to go. That's going to be a tackle for a loss. And with 1 timeout left, that is a killer on this drive inside a minute and a half.
And it looks like Christian Crawford out there is kind of playing one heck of a game. He's been a silent killer out there on the outside, playing the right defensive end position, along with Kelvin Yuka, who did have to walk out due to that calf cramp. But it looks like they're giving him some mustard right now, so we'll see him back by the end of halftime.
2nd and 13. Guajardo the snap. Going to check it down to Shelley. Going to get to the 40-yard line, out of bounds at the 35. And that'll pick up a couple. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5.
Yeah, you got to think, what can they do to stop Shelley? And that's going to be the game plan whenever they walk back into the locker room. What can we do to stop this guy? He can run in the inside, outside, catch the ball. But the same can be said for Lake Dallas along with Kobe Minor. He can hit, he can tackle, he can run the ball, he can catch the ball, he can score a touchdown. He can probably think of him as Boobie Miles, basically.
1:06 left. 3rd down and 5. Guajardo the snap. Another handoff to Shelley. Gets to the gap. He's got a lot of room. The 30-yard line. The 20. Inside the 10. Tackle from behind at the 5. Saving a touchdown. I want to say who it is, but we already know who it is. Kobe Minor on the stop. What has he not done tonight? He saved some points there. So with 58 seconds left in a 14-8 game, or 14-6 game, I should say, Denton on the verge of punching this in. Clock is still ticking. 52 seconds and counting with a fresh set of downs at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, right side of that defensive line struggling a little bit. I know I just talked about Christian Crawford, but he kind of got blown up by that left tackle on that last play.
1st and goal at the 5 with 1 timeout left. 40 seconds to go. Guajardo going to hand it off inside. He's got Shelley, who's going to be tackled from behind. Might have lost a yard. And will that force Denton to use their final timeout? At 30 seconds left, it will. So 2nd down and goal at the 6-yard line. 14-6, Lake Dallas on top. The way this game has gone, it started with a Bronco punt. 1 play from scrimmage later, Lake Dallas punched it in for a touchdown. That was Kobe Minor. And then Denton brought it all the way back to the Lake Dallas goal line and then fumbled. Actually, check that. They fumbled on their own side of the field, inside their own 10. And then Lake Dallas kicked a field goal that was blocked. Then Denton could only punt with that possession, and that led to a quarterback sneak on 4th down for a touchdown by Brandon Engel, and that's where we are right now. So 14-6, 30 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy, hasn't it? It's both teams are kind of being sloppy with ball security, and that's something that's so important, but it's also so common in the first game. Ball security is always going to be an issue. And one other thing you got to think of, the field is still going to be wet. The turf's still wet from the rain, so these balls are getting wet. So when you got a pair of gloves on, it's really tough to keep a hold of that ball.
So here we go. 2 receivers on both sides, 2 in the slot, 2 out wide. Shelley on the right hip of Guajardo. Here's the snap. 2nd and goal. Dropping back. Going to dump it off Shelley. No one around him inside the 5. He's going to get to the pylon for a touchdown. And just like that, Denton is in a good position to tie this game, barring an extra point. And with 24 seconds left, it's now 14-12.
You know, something that they always taught back in whenever you're a defensive lineman, whenever you get right past those offensive linemen, something's wrong. You need to immediately stop, plant your foot in the ground, stop and retrace, because that's a screen. That's exactly what happened with Shelley. Abel just basically walked into the end zone.
So the Broncos electing not to chase points this early, going to kick the extra point to make this a 14-13 game. Kick is up and good. So Lake Dallas carrying a 1-point lead with 24 seconds left in the half. They only have 1 timeout, so not sure how aggressive Mike Young will be. Probably was just going to knee it down after this kickoff. Lake Dallas on top, 14-13. You're listening to the Lake Dallas High School football, courtesy of your Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
Sweet Fine Chevrolet in Louisville, where the prices are so low, so low, so low, so low.
You know where I go when I'm craving some delicious chicken? I stop by Chick-fil-A, located in Kensington Square on Swisher Road in Corinth. Be sure to try the new Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich, and remember to try out the Chick-fil-A One app, available on the Android and iOS App Store. Eat more chicken, Falcons.
Kobe Minor out back to receive this kickoff along with Godwin Agachiku. 24 seconds left, 14-10, Falcons on top of the Broncos. Broncos scoring a touchdown courtesy of a reception by the hands of Connor Shelley. Running back has had a big impact. There's been a lot of explosive plays on offense, but also a lot of sloppiness. And Garen, you were mentioning earlier how you can expect that in week 1, but both these coaches, I'm sure, will have plenty to talk about as we get to halftime.
Oh yeah, there's going to be some up-downs that are going to be done come next week, and I would not want to be be one of those football players because they're going to be feeling it.
I think so far the story of the first half is you could pick one play on either end of the ball and you could drastically change the outcome of this game. Kickoff is going to bounce at the 5 and go out of the end zone. So 14-13, Lake Dallas clinging to a 1-point lead. And what I was saying, how you could go back to this game and change one play and it completely wipes out any of the positives that either team really has had offensively. If you take away the bomb early from Brandon Engel on the first play of the game, this has been a sloppy offensive performance. They fumbled on the goal line. They've had a field goal blocked. So there's been positives, yes, but again, this has not been a clear-cut, clean, out-of-the-gate performance that I'm sure Mike Young wanted here in Week 1.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of who can be sloppier, and it was really a lot of those mistakes happened in that first quarter. So it was just a matter of these guys kind of getting a grip and getting the hang of the ball. But whenever that type of stuff happens, I think both of them are going to be regretting these missed extra points.
Engel's going to take the snap on first down, and predictably he's going to kneel it, and that will wind the clock down here in the first half. 14-13. Falcons on top here in their opener of the season here at Lake Dallas Falcons Stadium.
And I just wanted to say, big shout out to Chick-fil-A over in Corinth for giving us one heck of a meal, always providing the press box with the best food, the best service, and always with a friendly smile. So be sure to run out there to your Corinth Chick-fil-A and enjoy this halftime brought to you by Chick-fil-A in Corinth.
14-13. Lake Dallas leads at halftime. You're listening to Lake Dallas High School football, courtesy of your Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
Great things begin with the perfect partnership. Whether you're looking for a new career or seeking the best talent for your job opening, the team at Cornerstone Staffing can help you get the ball across the line. Committed to supporting the DFW community through compassion, integrity, self-discipline, and faith, Cornerstone Staffing will help you find the perfect match, guaranteed. Cornerstone Staffing, helping build a better workforce.
Victoria. I think so. I see my Graham! There's Madison. 90! There's Joe. Oh, is that her with this? 90! Yes, manager.
The high steppers would like to thank their 2019 sponsors.
Really? I don't think I'm getting it.
Amazon Square.
It could be, couldn't be, but maybe it's a blocking issue.
It's
It's
gotta be
also
the blocking.
First game.
So a touchdown for Denton, and something good has finally gone the way of Lake Dallas. A penalty committed on Denton will back their extra point attempt up. That's about the only good thing that's happened in about the last 5 minutes.
Oh man, and as we got it looks like 25-14 with what's that say? 5 minutes 55.
Yeah,
seconds back
5:55
there.
left here in the third quarter. Denton on top, 25-14. 11-point lead. Extra point will make it 12. They're going to be kicking this from about the 15-yard line. Snap is up, kick is up. Low line drive, it's good. And just like that, it's a 26-14 lead for Denton. So a lot to say when we come back. Denton on top, 26-14 here at Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
If you're looking for some new bling for your ring, look no further than Jostin's Jewelry. Not only are they Denton-based, but they are proud supporters for the Lake Dallas Falcons and supplying our junior class with their class rings. Visit them at www.jostins.com or visit them at their location on I-35E across from Medical City. Let's make it a great year, Falcons. The Lake Dallas Quarterback Club would like to thank one of our sponsors, Mark Tucker Allstate. Serving the Lake Dallas area, Mark Tucker Allstate is located on FM 2181 in Hickory Creek. Stop by or give them a call at 940-321-1881 for a quote today.
Nava and Minor back for the Falcons to receive the kickoff. 5:55 left in the third quarter. And if for some reason you exited this game at the first quarter, what a different world we live in. It's now 26-14 Denton Broncos here in the third quarter. And Garen, I think this is turning into the storyline of the night. Outside of the very first offensive snap of this game, it has just gone downhill from there.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. It looks like they took Minor out of the kick return unit and they put Agachku and
Oh, yeah,
Nava.
you're right. Agachku out there with Nava, and they'll smartly just let this ball go out of the back of the end zone. So they learned from their last possession where they had to start from the 8-yard line. So resetting everything here, Coach Michael Young has got to figure out something to get his offense going.
Yeah.
But ball security has been an issue, and that's got to be so frustrating as a coordinator to try to get some sort of game plan working when your team is not doing a good job of taking care of the football.
Yeah, and that's just a matter of having to figure out, because it doesn't only have to deal with, because at this point, turf's not super wet. Now it's dried off a little bit. It's not rained for, I don't know, maybe going on 6-something hours at this point, so it's dried up a little bit. Offensive line has to do a better job at blocking. You know, they're getting slow off the ball. They have to be able to fire off the ball because Denton does have a bigger defensive line and ball security.
Here we go. First down and 10. Split backfield, handoff to Lindsey. Gets around the tackles. He's at the 30-yard line. Going to be barreled through right around the 36-yard line. So a decent gain for Lindsey. Running back hasn't necessarily been by committee, but Lindsey has gotten his fair share of snaps, and he lines up as a wide receiver on this one. He's in the slot. 2nd and 1. Handoff to IK. Going to get the first down. Off tackle to the right. Going to get to the 40-yard line. A little bit short of that, actually, but enough for the first down. And Lake Dallas moving the chains after just 2 plays. And there you can see from the sidelines, Garen, they're trying to up the tempo a bit.
Yeah, man, I really wish we could have some replay just so we could see. I want to see IK Onyekure hit the open field because I think he looks a lot like Derrick Henry with the way he runs. I think once he hits the open field, he only gets faster and is a load to bring down.
At their own 39-yard line, first down, handoff IK, bounces off a tackle at the 40-yard line, never got past it, and he is thrown down backwards. Hit a wall of Broncos for a minimal gain. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, and it looks like just like that, IK just needed to bounce out a little bit quicker, waited too long for that to develop. Kind of wanted a Le'Veon Bell situation to happen, but then again, you got to be so quick on your feet to be able to just sit back there and pat and then cut.
Takes a lot of
very
patience.
difficult. Very difficult.
Takes a lot of patience from a running back when you don't have the holes open. Hand off to Ike again to the right side. Gets some room. Gets about 8 yards to the 50-yard line. Ike might have got enough for the first down, and he indeed did. They will move the chains another 10 yards. So maybe some momentum again here for Lake Dallas. They got to get something going in the ground game. Picking up those 2 first downs has got to be encouraging.
Man, and he took a couple people down with him without him going down. I think he ran over about 2-3 people. So
new personnel for Lake Dallas. You got Nava, Hope, Lindsay, Ike, and it looks like Minor now in the slot.
And you got McGrew up top.
McGrew checked that.
Yeah, McGrew
Ike's
up top.
checked out. 3 wide receivers to his left. He's got 1 to his right. Now he's got 5 wide receivers. Angle by himself. The snap on first down. Oh, a whole lot of pressure. Look out. Angle running backwards at the 35-yard line. Going to throw it incomplete. Looking for Hope. Angle running for his life. I tell you, the way the blocks got shedded, it almost looked as if Lake Dallas was running a screen. That's how fast that front 7 from Denton got through, but it wasn't a screen pass. All wide receivers had gone down the field, and Angle did a good job of improvising. And we, like you mentioned a couple of times, Garen, Angle is showing that he is not only healthy, but he is capable of operating this offense out of the pocket and inside the pocket as well.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of being able to throw on the move. There is some dirty laundry out there on the field, so interested to see who it's on. I don't think there was a late hit on Angle. It could be a hold, could be a false start, but is over there up top on Jaden McGrew's side. It looked like the defensive back over McGrew got a little bit of a hold on him, even though he was on that complete opposite side, but they might just have waved this flag off, and that looks like exactly what they did. But going back to what you said with the screenplay, I don't know what that was. It looked like Angle went out. The way he rolled out, it almost looked like it was a screen. He dropped back, but instead of turning his shoulders, he kind of backpedaled a little bit like you do for a screen pass. But the offensive line went forward, but they didn't even touch their man, and that's I don't know what happened there.
Interesting there, but a new personnel group now for Lake Dallas as Brandon Angle has checked out, and quarterback Trevor Moon gets in on the action. And unfortunately for him, a timeout is going to follow that. So Trevor Moon coming out to play quarterback, but Lake Dallas calls a timeout immediately after. So we'll see who mans under center when we come back. It's 26-14 Denton here at Falcon Stadium. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent, has been a proud sponsor of your Lake Dallas Falcons football before there was a Lake Dallas Falcons football team. Mark was a sponsor before there were automobiles, before there was even a Mark Tucker. Ha! Impossible, you say? Not if you know Mark Tucker. Your rate's too high? Your company raising your rates every time you turn left? Give Mark a try. Mention Lake Dallas while getting a quote, and for every quote, $5 will go to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club. $5, $5, $5. Ka-ching! Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent.
$5, $5, $5.
And who is that Mark Tucker? His name we've heard a lot. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 26-14, Denton on top. 2nd down and 10. 2 wide receivers on the left side, and the snap from Moon, handoff inside to Minor. He's going to get around the edge to the slot, get to the 40-yard line, making a couple people miss. Big gain by Minor. He's played defensive back, he's returned some kicks, and he's played running back, and he's also played wide receiver. He's been the Swiss Army knife of this offense and defense, and has been Kobe Minor.
And he's also getting into Denton's number 22, Captain Xavier Darden, the defensive back. Arguably their best player on the defense, and Minor just made him kind of lose his ankles.
So also now Trevor Moon under center for the Dallas quarterback. Here's a handoff to Minor, and it's going to be a wide receiver pass. Minor's going to let this one go, and it's picked off.
Yeah, that was...
So trickery. Trevor Moon, the quarterback, tossed it to Kobe Minor. On a trick play, Minor went back to pass it, and he heaved it downfield, and it was picked off.
Yeah, not too sure. You know, Coach Young did say, hey, Brandon Ingle is my starting quarterback, but maybe he's not happy with the points that are being put up there. You know, maybe he's thinking right now, man, should I move Ingle back to the wide receiver receiver position, I don't know what to do because you have a guy that is 100% a quarterback in Trevor Moon, but he's young. And a young guy is what's happened with Ryan Depperschmidt and with Dagan Hahn just a couple years ago. That's something that's good, and you can get a lot out of that.
So at their own 4-yard line, they're backed up. Guajardo will take the snap on first down, handoff inside to Shelley, and he's going to get to the 10-yard line before he's brought down. So Trevor Moon comes on in replacing of Brandon Angle, and 2 snaps in, they run a trick play, a toss to Kobe Minor, who ends up passing it, and he throws an interception. So Kobe Minor, as we just mentioned, was effective and productive on both sides of the ball, every facet of the game. They try him at quarterback.
Now he really is effective on all facets of the game, including turnovers.
Second down and 4. Shelley to the right side, puts the ball on the ground. It came free, knocked out. A couple of players on top of it. Who's going to come out with it? It looks like the Broncos will hold on to it. So Shelley puts the ball on the ground, but Lake Dallas unable to recover it. But they do stop Denton, and it brings up 3rd down and 2 at their own 12-yard line. This will be a big stop that even if they were to force Denton to punt, they'd get the ball back right about where they turned it over to begin with. So the Denton defense or the Lake Dallas defense can bail out their offense. 3rd down and 2. Guajardo out of the gun, 2 receivers on each side, going to hand it off inside to Shelley with no room to go. He stopped behind the line, and Lake Dallas will get the ball back. So the defense makes a huge stand here with 2 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter. It's a 26-14 game, 12-point difference, and after the turnover by the offense, Lake Dallas gets a big stop, and they're still in this game, and this is going to set up a crucial drive offensively, getting the ball back here.
Yeah, and it's look who's back there receiving, and it's Kobe Minor, who could try and make something out of nothing. It depends on how this punt coverage goes, but
it's a good
he's got a lot of room. He's inside Denton territory right now.
They're punting from their own end zone. Bouncing kick, nice field from the punter. It's a fake. Punter out of the 5, and nope, he's going to punt it from the 5-yard line. So he punts it to the 40-yard line, just trying to see where it went out of bounds. It looked like Broncos ran a fake, but once their punt kicker, trying to find the name with that number, once their kicker Lawrence got to the 5-yard line, he decided to drop kick it, and it went out of bounds somewhere between the 40 and the 50. So a little bit of a scare there when he started to break free. Had some space, but Lake Dallas able to contain him enough. So the Falcons will get the ball back.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to go for either a fake or it wasn't meant to happen. I saw the ball hit the ground on the snap, so partially it was a bad snap, so that guy had to turn a normal punt into a rugby kick, so that's probably what happened. Still kind of a shank, but look, it looks like Lake Dallas might get a free play here, but
they're lining up, and they're lining up ready for the play, and Denton Broncos aren't even on the field yet. And some coaches for Lake Dallas are furious. I wonder if they're angry at the referees for not allowing the play to go.
Oh, I think
Lake Dallas was ready. So Lake Dallas gets the ball back at their own 48-yard line. Actually checked at the Bronco 48-yard line. Fresh set of downs, 116, down by 12. Handoff from Moon to Ike up the middle. Going to get past the 45-yard line. On the Broncos side of the field, short game there. So Garen, as it stands, it's a 12-point game. 26-14, Denton on top. 2nd down and 4th to go. Lake Dallas has it on their own 42-yard line. On Denton's 42-yard line, excuse me. Split backfield, handoff to Lindsey, and tackle from behind just past the 38-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd and short. And with 44 seconds and counting, Mike Young's offense will run one more play here in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 12.
And how about this? The biggest story right now is Trevor Moon is taking over at the quarterback position while Brandon Ingles on the sideline watching.
That's right. Takes a snap, hands off inside to Lindsey on the option, up the gut. Didn't quite get to the 35-yard line, but it's enough for a 1st down. And moving the chains will stop the clock at 25 seconds momentarily. So it looks like the Falcons will get one more play. Fresh set of downs at the Denton 35-yard line. New personnel coming on. Lindsey exits. IK back in the backfield at a pistol formation. Now he moved to the right hip of Trevor Moon. Running back in motion, handoff up the middle to IK, and he's going to get hit from behind. Short gain there. Running game just not opening up quite yet.
No, not yet. They're trying to wait for those holes to happen. I have to say that Kellen Culberson's doing a great job up the middle, along with the offensive guards still working, but these two tackle situations, especially with Jackson Berry out, they're still trying to figure it out here. But, AJ, you want to go ahead and take it over? We're heading into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 26-14, Denton on top by 12. Final quarter here in game day 1. You're listening to Lake Dallas football on the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
4's up.
Sweet Huffine Chevrolet in Louisville, where the prices are so low. So low, so low, so low.
Maston Air Conditioning and Heating, owned and operated by Jason Maston, located at 380 Main Street in the heart of Lake Dallas. Give them a call at 940-321-5392 or click mastonair.com.
You know where I go when I'm craving some delicious chicken? I stop by Chick-fil-A, located in Kensington Square on Swisher Road in Corinth. Be sure to try the new Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich, and remember to try out the Chick-fil-A One app, available on the Android and iOS App Store. Eat more chicken, Falcons.
Final quarter play here in game day 1. Week 1, the Lake Dallas Falcons trailing the Denton Broncos 26-14 here at Falcon Stadium. The season opener, along with the home opener, started well but has not gotten on the right foot ever since. Down by 12, Lake Dallas has it. Trevor Moon, the quarterback. Second down and 9 on the Bronco 34-yard line. Here's the snap. Handoff inside. Running back to the 30-yard line. Gets past the 20. Tackle from behind past the 15-yard line. That's a big gain on the ground.
And that was number 29, Godwin Agachukwu, the sophomore wide receiver there, AJ.
Agachukwu with the biggest gain on the ground for Lake Dallas. And maybe a change of pace with the backs could get the running game going.
And how about that? They have the wide receiver playing running back, so hey, maybe a little bit of a change of position to get this guy on the field.
Split backs again. First down. Handoff to IK around the edge. He's got one man to beat. Gets past him. Dives forward just short of the 10-yard line. Gain of about 5.
Good run out there by IK Onyekure. He's really trying to get to the outside corner, but he's not much of a lateral runner. He's more just straightforward. He's a vertical runner. He's not the best going side to side. He's a bigger built guy. He's a downhill runner.
That's the best way to put it. 2nd and 7 at the 12. Handoff, play fake, option. Moon going to keep it. Spins inside the 5-yard line, barreling just short of the goal line. Nice move by Trevor Moon, sacrificing his body to bring up 1st and goal. And that gain might nullify this question, Garen, but down by 12 with 11 minutes to go in the ball game. At this side of the field, the field goal still keeps it a 2-possession game. You have to figure this is 4th down territory from here on out.
Oh yeah, this 100% is
1st and goal. Handoff to Ike. He stuffed immediately. They lost a couple. Good penetration from that Bronco line. Falcon offensive line has held their own tonight. They haven't surrendered too many free runs into the backfield, but that time that Bronco front 7 got to him, and it brings up 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
The question is, what the heck is wrong with Brandon Inkle down there?
We'll find out
on the sideline.
In a second. Moon, handoff, end around, right side. It's Agachukwu inside of the goal line. Touchdown.
Wow.
Agachukwu with a touchdown. Godwin able to punch it in, and that makes this a ball game again.
Wow.
26-20. It's now a 1-possession game on that 3-yard score by Godwin. Wide receiver in his sophomore year doing some running tonight. He's been the most effective runner. That's how the game's gone for IK and company. Lindsay and IK by committee just not able to get big gains going there, but they finally break through on the run game. Extra point. Can they get this one through? Kick is up, not blocked, and it's good. And that's a sight for sore eyes for Coach Michael Young, as his Falcons have now battled back. It's a ball game again. 26-21, tight one. 10:22 to go here at Lake Dallas.
Yeah, and that touchdown was brought to you by Mark Tucker Allstate, always ensuring your touchdown dances. We'll be right back. Therapy Partners Corinth is a proud supporter of all Falcon athletics. Their main goal is keeping your athlete in the game and you cheering in the stands. So if you have any aches or pains that limit your daily life, be sure to give Therapy Partners Corinth a call at 940-498-4004 or visit their website at ptofcorinth.com. Or go ahead and ask your physician how Therapy Partners Corinth can help you today. Let's go Falcons. Let's go prove them wrong out there.
26-21, the Denton Broncos lead the Lake Dallas Falcons with 10:22 left to play in the ball game. AJ Teller's here alongside me, Garen Shantz, Fab Salas behind the scenes making this all possible. It's been a tightly contested game. It's everything you want out of a season opener, but so far the sloppiness has really prevented Lake Dallas from opening this game up, and they find themselves with a 5-point deficit, but they're in the ball game. Kickoff here to Denton, fielded at the 5, taken past the 15, around the edge of the 20. This is trouble across the 30. One man to beat. It's the kicker at the 40-yard line. He barrels him down, but able to knock him out of bounds past the Lake Dallas 35-yard line. There is a penalty marker back around the 40, and this is going to be big to see whether or not this goes forward or backwards.
Yeah, and I want to mention just what's the heck is going on here with the special teams unit, and that guy that's coaching it, at least to my knowledge, is still Ronnie Smith. You know he's going to have a lot of work to do this upcoming week. He's got to figure out what the heck is going on with this punt return unit and the kickoff unit and the kick return unit. Why aren't we able to get the success that we know we can get? We have excellent playmakers, but something's just not going correctly. I mean, we saw the field goal just barely make it, nearly got blocked once again. So there's some blocking that needs to still be worked on, and it's not on Ronnie Smith. It's just a matter of what new creative ways can they come up with to give both Anthony Patty some more time and to get this kickoff coverage unit to get better.
Yeah, it's been a rough night for both teams on special teams. We've already seen Lake Dallas, like you said, concede a blocked field goal and the biggest blow of the ball game. What really changed tonight, what changed the complexion of this matchup was the blocked punt returned for a touchdown, the score by Denton. But the Broncos have not been without their errors on special teams. Two not missed extra points, but blocked extra points. So special teams for both teams, a rough start to the year here in 2019. All right, Guajardo out of the shotgun. Davian, the quarterback for the Broncos, here on a big drive, up by 5. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, 10 minutes to go. Handoff to Shelley, right side, past the 25, still on his feet before he's brought down right around the 27-yard line. And 10 minutes has eclipsed now, 9:58 and counting, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and that was really just not too bad of a play out there by the defensive line. Kelvin Yuka crashing in on the play, wreaking some havoc out there on Shelley and Guajardo.
2nd down and 7. Clock still ticking. Handoff Guajardo. Going to give it to Shelley around the edge to the 30-yard line. Tripped up from behind. And he runs out of room. Gets past the 30. Back to the 32-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. 9:30 and counting. You figure this is when Denton's really going to slow that tempo down. They're going to start running the football. And the game is still in the hands of this Lake Dallas defense. They are well capable of turning this game on its head. By no means is this decided, but if you allow Denton to get a couple of first downs, Garen, it could change the complexion of this game here in the 4th quarter.
Oh yeah, you got a third and about 4 yards. Lake Dallas has to get a stop.
Here we go, 3rd and 4. Gonna throw. Guajardo under pressure, evades the sack. Hit in front at the 30, but a flag flies. Lake Dallas sideline thinks this is against Denton. Let's see what the call is. It's 3rd and 4, so this could dictate who gets the ball in the next play.
Yeah, it looks like there was really good penetration out there by Junior Flores.
It really was.
And by number 5, Christian Crawford. They both got to the backfield and got a hand on Guajardo, able to make him scramble and right into the arms of the rest of the Lake Dallas defense. And that is going to be a holding call for the Denton offensive tackle out there. Once again, can't see their numbers because Denton did not do us any favors with the gold numbers. But
yeah, we're going to be as modest as possible, but the white jerseys and the gold numbers numbers, it just does not stand out. We have to give credit to the new threads for
it does
Lake
stand
Dallas.
out.
Those
Yep,
white
that's
numbers
right.
on those beautiful green jerseys has made our job a lot easier. And you're right, that penalty is going to be on Denton. A couple of referees had a word with Coach Mike Young on the sideline. So that's going to bring up 4th down, 4 to go. Denton has the ball at their own 31-yard line. Denton clinging to a 5-point lead, 26-21. Broncos on top with 8:55 left in the ball game. Biggest play of the night has got to be a blocked field goal committed, or a blocked field goal, or blocked punt, that Denton was able to take back for a touchdown. But here we go. Oh, bad snap on the punt. Picking it up. Blocked. The tables have turned at the 5-yard line. He soccer kicked it to the 15-yard line. That'll bring a flag. And all sorts of trouble caused by that Lake Dallas front 7. And all of a sudden, that Falcons sideline has erupted. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new ball game. Flags on the field. Lake Dallas is going to get the ball with all kinds of field position inside the Denton 10-yard line.
And give all the credit there to number 7, Kelvin Yuka. Man, the big man always making plays, but look how hyped up they are down there. Number 11, Joseph Taylor's getting all hyped. This defense, that's exactly what they needed, and I'm not too sure I've ever seen a player soccer kick.
I was about to say, there's a trio of flags on the field right now, and the referees are having a discussion. I'm not sure
can they do that?
Well, I think that's what the referees are talking about. I don't think the referee clinics cover what we just saw. There was a bad snap on the punt. Excellent job by the punter who was able to recover it and try to get off a Herculean punt, but he was not able to get it off. It got blocked. And then after his punt got blocked, the initial ball rolled behind him. He picked it up at about the 5-yard line and then desperately just kicked it on the ground. So he kicked it already on a punt that got blocked, and then in desperation to prevent a touchdown, he kicked it again. And 3 flags appropriately fell right after that. So refs are going to get this mess sorted out, and we're going to take a break and try to compartmentalize what the call is going to be. 26-21, Denton on top of the Falcons, threatening inside the 10-yard line. This is the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. We'll be right back. I've never seen that before.
Dr. V at Corinth Orthodontics would like to wish the Falcons a great season and year. Let's prove them wrong, Falcons. Corinth Orthodontics is located on the side of FM 2181 in Corinth. Pay them a visit today.
Whether you need a great job or highly qualified talent, contact your friends at Cornerstone Staffing. With recruiters in Dallas and Fort Worth, they'll find you the perfect match, guaranteed. Cornerstone Staffing, helping build a better workforce.
Sub-Zero Realty is changing the real estate game and making sure you get to keep more of your hard-earned equity. Visit our website at www.subzerorealty.com or contact our office at 940-228-1461 for further details.
Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches.
So welcome back. This game has just changed, Garen.
We are available on YouTube now, AJ.
That's good to hear. Better late than never. So after that blocked punt and the penalty, Lake Dallas will get the football at the 31-yard line, and I have to say, we don't have the luxury of hearing word for word what the refs are saying. There were 3 flags on the play that ended up being a blocked punt, and whatever those flags were, for whatever reason, we're backed up to the 31-yard line. So, all right, 26-21, Denton on top by 5. 8:43 left in the ball game. Denton starting at the 31-yard line, Denton side of the field. Here we go. 1st and 10. Handoff inside to IK. Gets past the 30-yard line, barreling through for a short gain, and that'll bring up 3rd down and medium. Garen, you have any idea what brought this play back to the 31-yard line?
No, I have no idea. I think the refs brought out the UIL handbook and the
we got
game
a player
of
down.
football handbook, and they're probably like, what the heck just happened? But before we
got a Bronco down on the field for a momentary injury.
And
that's going to give some players a breather. Go ahead, Garen.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. But I just wanted to talk and say something weird still going on. Not sure what's happening with Brandon Ingle. Gonna have have to ask Coach Young on the next interview. I do. What the heck was going on down there?
Yeah, someone leave a note.
Trevor Moon. Do they like Trevor Moon more than Engel at quarterback? I mean,
well, that's been the story. So tonight, so to set up what transpired at the beginning of the game, Brandon Engel was fully dressed. He participated in warm-ups. There was a question on whether or not he was going to be able to play, and as you quoted, or at least said, the idea around camp was that Brandon Engel would not participate in tonight's game unless he was 100% healthy.
Right.
That seemed to be the case. He scored on a quarterback sneak. He's been mobile in and out of the pocket, but there was no sign of injury when Brandon Engel came out in the third quarter, so we don't want to speculate. That's the last thing we're going to do.
Right.
Possibly just a snap count, perhaps, getting Trevor Moon into the action. But Brandon Engel,
it's a mystery. And something I wanted to say was, the running game certainly looks better when they have Trevor Moon out there, but the passing game looks better when they have Engel out there. And that's the complete polar opposite of what Coach Michael Young was talking about. Each one held effectively. That Brandon had the legs and Moon had the arm, but it's going the opposite way.
So 2nd and 7 from the 28. Handoff to Lindsey. Inside to the right through that B gap, got past the 25-yard line, and we'll see where they spot it. 8:19 left in the ball game. 5-point game. Scoring started early for Lake Dallas. The first pass from scrimmage, Brandon Ingram unleashed a bomb to Kobe Minor for a touchdown, and the offense has been a mixed bag ever since. It's been sloppy. Running game hasn't been that effective, but it's a 5-point game, and Lake Dallas has everything in front of them here. 3rd and 3 from the Denton 24. Option. Moon's going to keep it. Running to the 16-yard line before he's brought down, and a first down for Lake Dallas. They're going to move the chains, and with 7:52 and counting, Lake Dallas is 16 yards away from taking the lead.
Yeah, and for someone who said maybe Moon doesn't have quite the speed, it certainly looks like he has the reads to be able to make up for the speed, as that was a great fake, really good run.
1st and 10, handoff to IK. No, check that. Moon kept it on the option. Fooled us and fooled the defense. Able to pick up a decent chunk, and he's right about the 11-yard line. So with the clock ticking past 7 minutes and 24 seconds, 4 yards to go here on 2nd down.
Yeah, and it looks like out there that the RPO is really working for the Falcons, taken away from the Kansas City Chiefs offense.
Here we go, 2nd and 4. Handoff to Lindsey. Gonna try to bounce it around the edge. He's pulled from behind and corralled right around the 10-yard line. Couldn't break one. He had some space, just could not get around the edge. And it'll bring up 3rd and short inside 7 minutes. And Guerin, one quick thought, with it being a 5-point game, both teams have 2 timeouts. Even though there's 7 minutes left in the game, you have to figure that Michael Young probably is going to elect to make this 4th down territory.
Oh yeah,
field goal would be crushing.
Yeah, he's got to go for it on all downs. And a quick shout out to Thousand Hills Church for rounding up all these kids and hosting spaghetti dinner last night.
3rd down and 3. Here we go. Handoff inside to IK, up to the 5-yard line. Enough for the first down. A lot of moving parts. Moon faked the option, had Lindsey in motion as well. They pick up the first down. So here we go. 5-point game. Falcons at the 5-yard line, threatening to take the lead. And if the Falcons do punch it in, you have to imagine they'd attempt a 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. But first things first, Falcons need to punch it in.
And they got a first down, fresh set, lots of new creativity coming in with
Here we go, man in motion. Handoff to that man in motion who's hit at the 10-yard line and going to be swallowed up for a very, very short gain. Might have been a bit of a loss. And that's going to stall this drive a bit. In fact, it was a loss of 4 yards. And that looked to be Godwin Agatuku on the loss there out of motion. So a couple of new personnel groupings. Nava coming off, Minor steps on.
How about this? Look at this little lobster
special formation here. Falcons, majority of the line to the left side of Moon. Got a man in motion. Here's the snap. Hands it off to that man in motion who's going to get to the 10-yard line. He's got a block, gets around the edge, but he could not stay in bounds. That was Minor, just could not find the hole. And it's going to set up a very important 3rd down and goal. But momentarily, before we get to that point, a Denton Bronco player on the ground. We're going to take a quick step out. 5:29 left in the ball game. Falcons down by 5. Garen?
Yeah, and just wanted to say, in order to keep these guys, you got to wonder, man, how are these guys able to stay fueled out there and, not get tired, keep from getting those cramps? Kelvin Yuka, he must not have eaten enough breakfast this morning. And someone who definitely fuels the team is Cornerstone Staffing. Shout out to them for sponsoring Team Breakfast and getting these guys fueled up with some pancakes, eggs, all the fixins. Make sure y'all visit Cornerstone Staffing. They're helping build a better workforce. We'll be right back, guys.
That's the corner. We have no corner.
Commercial flooring can be complicated. Let the team at TW Hicks uncomplicate the process. Located right here in Denton, Texas, TW Hicks will work with you to determine the best solution for your flooring needs. Focused on quality service, quality leadership, and the experience needed to be your industrial flooring solution, make TW Hicks your flooring source.
I don't always watch high school football under the Friday night lights, but when I do, it's with Maston Air, watching the late Dallas Falcons crushing it. Stay cool, my friends.
Here we go. Biggest down of the ball game. 3rd and goal at the 6-yard line. 5 minutes and 29 seconds left in the ball game. Falcons trailing 26-21. Personnel is Miner, IK, Lindsay, Hope, and McGrew. Split backs. Handoff. This is Lindsay. He's got some blocks, but it's not going to protect him. Oh, he got hit, and the ball came out. He swung it, picked up by Miner, who might have saved the day for Lake Dallas. Lindsay had nowhere to go. He was swallowed up, and the ball flung right out of his hands. And Kobe Miner just saved everything tonight for Lake Dallas, picking up that fumble. It's a monumental loss that's going to make the world of difficulty for this 4th down play, but it's not over thanks to Kobe Miner.
Yeah, and Kobe Miner, though, he's got to be able to keep his head on because got into it a little bit and even started getting into it with his own players. So you can't be doing that. You're the big shot here in town. You got the big offer going to Texas Tech, but you still have a team that you're playing for. And no hate or disrespect towards him, but you got to be able to keep a steady head.
And that's going to prompt a 4th down and 20. That's going to be put off for the moment. A timeout called by Lake Dallas. They only have 1 remaining. 4:39 left in the ball game. Denton on top, 26-21. 4th and 20. Aaron, anything else to say?
Yeah, got a couple things to say. If you're one of those families out there and you missed breakfast, somewhere you should head tomorrow is Lake City's Cafe. They cooked up all the breakfast this morning. So if you missed out on those pancakes with that yummy homemade maple syrup, actually don't know if it's homemade or not, but you should definitely head up to Lake City's Cafe. They kill it. They're located right next to Albertsons, and they're out there in Corinth next to Chick-fil-A. You know what? Might as well just hit both of them while you're there. And also Liberation Coffee. We're able to provide that amazing Java this morning. Definitely head out to there. Get your weekends started off right with some Liberation Coffee. And one final shout out, First Baptist Church Corinth, for hosting the breakfast.
All right, back to business here. 4th down and 20. This very well could be the ball game. Lake Dallas with 1 timeout, down by 5. 4:39 left here in the 4th quarter. 4th and 20 at the 20-yard line. They have to score. Moon, play fake, letting it go down the middle. Miner, incomplete. He threw it behind him. There was contact, but it wasn't a catchable ball. Miner wanted the flag, but Kobe does not get it. And that incomplete pass will turn the ball over, and the Denton Broncos, with a 5-point lead, will pick it up at their own 20, and Lake Dallas has their back against the wall. You're listening to Lake Dallas football on the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
FabSol is here to talk to you about Corinth Orthodontics. Dr. V and his great staff take care of my 3 kids and all their orthodontic needs. Dr. V and his patient-friendly staff also provide Damon Clear braces, Invisalign, adult braces, teen orthodontics, and 3D Smile technology. His office is conveniently located at 3901 Swisher Road. Visit them at www.corinthorthodontics.com for your complimentary consultation, or for information, email them at info@drv lortho.com.
1st and 10. Here's the snap. Guajardo hands it off to Shelley, bouncing it outside his edge to the 20-yard line before he's hit and brought down shy of the 20-yard line. Tried to get around the edge but couldn't, and he backed up and cost Denton a couple yards. So after that 4th down incompletion, 4:16 and counting, Lake Dallas trails 5, 1 timeout remaining. So it's going to be up to the Falcon defense to save this one tonight here at Falcon Stadium. 4 minutes to go. 2nd down and 12. Guajardo, shotgun, 3 receivers to his left, but almost guarantee he's going to hand this off to Shelley. Going to drain the clock. Here we go. Snap. Hands it off. Break inside the C gap to the right side, past the 20-yard line for a minimal gain. So 2 plays, 2 minimal gains, and Lake Dallas has a 3rd down and 10.
And Lake Dallas, you got to keep in mind, they still got a couple of timeouts left. Lake Dallas has, I thought they had more than just that one, but Lake Dallas still has 1 timeout, 3.5 minutes. Clock still ticking. Broncos have 2. But if Broncos aren't smart with the ball, Lake Dallas could get it back. You know, we could see Brandon Ingle get back out on that field.
Denton wants to be, you got to imagine, you want to be aggressive, but you got to be smart here. 3rd and 10. Denton has the football, 3:14 and counting at their own 21-yard line. Guajardo, ready to snap. Here on 3rd down, takes it, gonna throw, looks to his right, below his man, incomplete, threw it about 5 yards short. No flags on the play, and with 3:05 left, Lake Dallas looks to get the football back. That's a clutch 3 and out caused by the Lake Dallas defense.
AJ, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. Guajardo, I'm not sure he has an arm on him. I don't think he's really completed a pass over 15 yards yet. Yeah. He's really struggling. I don't think I've seen a completion from that far out. You know, I may be wrong here, but Drew over here is killing it with our stats. So it looks like right now it's been a whole lot of nothing for Lake Dallas in this 4th quarter. They're still trying to figure it out, but hey, big shout out to Guajardo.
So here's the punt.
That pass.
Here's the punt. Kobe Minor back to field it. He'll let it bounce at the 50, and he'll pick it up at the 50, make a move, gets around to the 40-yard line. He's got blocks in front of him. 30-yard line brought down from behind. Big gain on the punt return. Kobe Minor. He has been the story tonight. He's returned punts, he's caught passes, he's played defense, he's ran the football, and it was forgettable, but he's even completed or even attempted a pass, even if it did end up as an interception. He has truly done everything tonight.
And he kicked a field goal, and he throws it past over the mountains. You know, he's doing just about everything tonight. And, you know, you understand his frustration why the Falcons should be ahead by 2 more touchdowns, but it's been mistake after mistakes whenever they hit the red zone.
Yeah, the difference in this game has been a blocked punt for a touchdown and a blocked field goal that Lake Dallas has surrendered. They've not taken care of the football. There's been some bright spots offensively, but this is a week 1 that will be remembered in the weeks coming as a sloppy opening performance. But right now, Lake Dallas still has a chance to win the ball game. 2:51 left. Lake Dallas down by 5. Trevor Moon, hand off to Lindsay on 1st down. Gets to the 30, 25, 20, the 15, taken down from behind, and he's inside the red zone underneath the 15-yard line. 2:44 and counting when the clock resets. Fresh set of downs for the Falcons.
And it looks like the Denton Broncos have started dropping like flies. I've seen 4 players get injured within the past 2 plays, so something's going on with them in this. You gotta wish this player well. You don't want to see injury.
Yeah, you hate to see injury, especially this early in the season.
Looks like he's grabbing his shoulder there, but we may go ahead and grab a quick 15, 30-second break here. You'll be right back. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
And we're right back momentarily right after. Fab Solis, our producer, taking a step out. So it's just you and me, Garen.
Oh, okay.
Not taking a break after all. So far tonight, the story of this game has been the sloppiness on special teams, in particular 2 blocks, a field goal block and a punt that was blocked by Denton, taken back for a touchdown. That's been the difference of this game. But somehow, some way, the Falcons have battled back, and they've managed to keep themselves in a ball game, and they have an excellent shot of taking the lead and ultimately winning it. So 2:44 here left to go. 26-21, Broncos on top. Lake Dallas with a 1st down at the 15-yard line. They're threatening to score.
And Lake Dallas right now, they got to be headed towards the bank. And what other bank would they be headed to here? It's Point Bank in Corinth. Right now, Point Bank, you can get your own Lake Dallas Falcon debit card. So head on over to Point Bank as the Falcons are headed to get the bank.
May just have to cop one of those.
So it looks like they're still keeping Moon out there in the lineup, AJ. I don't understand why they're keeping their biggest playmaker off the field for offense.
It was Angle's game at the start, but it's Moon at the finish. Here's the snap, handoff to IK, flag down at the 10-yard line. IK hit out of bounds, and we'll see what the penalty marker brings us. First down run to the outside. IK again just not able to find anything. There's not been a lot of running room.
No, was that Kobe Minor again? They got him back in on offense, and it looks like there's a holding call. Man,
that's crucial. That is a big mistake and an inopportune time. You can ill afford to back yourselves up. Lake Dallas has to score a touchdown. You got 2:34 left here in the ball game. Lake Dallas trailing by 5.
And this has got to be a game that you have to win. You have a team that you don't know where their confidence sits. You know, they've been ranked at the bottom of just about every single article that's come up, and Coach Young, he's got it posted in the locker room. You know these players are motivated, but in order to build on that motivation, they got to win.
Here we go, 1st and 20, Moon the snap, looking to his left, going to throw it down the field, got him out of the end zone, it's Hope, it's caught for the touchdown! Falcons on top! It was Akron's game at the start, but Trevor Moon might have capped this one off with a touchdown bomb. Lake Dallas 27, Denton 26. My goodness.
Man, what a catch by Hope. He got up there, and he feels good to score a touchdown against his former teammates. And, you know, there's going to be a little bit of yapping out there. There already has been. You know, Hope's very confident in himself, and I guess that's a way to put it.
The former Broncos got a chip on your shoulder, you could say. Coach Young signaling to go for 2 to make this a 3-point game. This is huge. Here we go. 2 receivers to the right. Handoff is going to be up the middle to IK, who's not going to get it. And I know hindsight's 20/20. But the running game has not been effective all night long. I know hindsight's 20/20, Garen, but I am surprised they didn't go to the air on that 2-point conversion.
You got to go to the air. I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to talk over you during this, but me going, my reaction right there is just, what in the world is he thinking? I mean,
run game just has not been there. IK has not been able to pick anything up. Lindsey's been stifled, and
it's 5 yards for a 2-point conversion.
So when the stats come out, the running backs for Lake Dallas will be averaging anywhere from about 3 to maybe 4.5, 5 yards a carry. And while that on paper might seem good, there's been no game-breaking plays. There's been no runs for over 10 yards with the exception of one by a wide receiver. That was Godwin Agachukwu. There you go.
Yeah, and
it's week 1.
It's okay. We'll get that name down, folks. And
but my point being,
I totally understand. It's the running game. It's struggling a little bit, and it's something new. It's something new for Lake Dallas. They're trying to get it more incorporated into their offense. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of an older school, like a new school offense, but even then they still incorporate their running backs a pretty hefty amount. I think something that they have to do if they want to stick with this air raid type deal, they got to be able to pass it to IK Onyekere because you got to get the ball in his hands. He's a monster.
He's a playmaker when he gets downhill. So here we go. Lake Dallas on top. Kickoff underway. Turned at the 5 to the 10-yard line. 15 cuts down the middle. Hit from right in behind. After a spin move, he was taken down. Short return, got to about the 16-yard line, maybe the 17. We'll see where they spot it. Yeah. Nonetheless, 2 minutes, 9 seconds left in the ball game. Falcons on top, 27-26. Going to take a quick step back. This is the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
We'll be right back with Lake Dallas Falcons football and the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club radio broadcast.
Back here at Lake Dallas. First down snap, throw to the right is going to be caught, and a short gain right around the sideline. So here we go.
Got a little bit of bad news here, AJ. It looks like stud Kobe Minor is huffing and puffing, and he's limping out there. He had a bad miss. It looks like he was on that kickoff coverage there. He missed the tackle, but the way he landed on his ankle was very weird. So it looks like he's having a little bit of an ankle problem out there at the safety position.
He slotted in his defensive back. Second down and 10. Guajardo going to throw it down the middle of the field, in and out of the hands of his man down the field. Trying to find the number on that back, but regardless, it's an incomplete pass. Guajardo's pass hits the turf, and it brings up 3rd down and 10. Denton. Fourth down territory, obviously, with 1:57 left in the ball game. Lake Dallas clinging to a 1-point lead.
You know, I think we got to give more recognition here to Kelvin Yuka, who is just absolutely killing it out at the defensive end position. Along with these two really the whole defensive line, they've really improved since the first quarter after letting Shelley run all over the place. They've done a lot better job, especially in the pass rush.
Here we go, 3rd and 10 for their own 19. Quick pass to the right, incomplete. Nice coverage on that one. DeMar J. Williams-Beard was one of the two Falcons in on it, Garen.
Yep,
and with 1:53 left to go in the ball game, with a 1-point lead, perhaps a chance to win it here. 4th down and 10 for the Broncos at their own 19-yard line.
Yeah, at this point, the Falcons, if they can stop them here, the Falcons can get a hold of the ball, they can kneel it, and then run out the clock, and they got the game in the bag.
Here we go, 2 receivers on both sides, running back on his right. Guajardo, this is the ball game. Gonna run out of pressure to his left, throws across his body. Oh, it's picked off! 30-yard line, 25-20, around the edge of the 10, up the 5, spin move into the end zone, touchdown, and that is how you cap off a Week 1 comeback win here at Falcon Stadium. Lake Dallas is on fire.
That was number 23, Christian Hernandez, with the huge pick and return. A huge pick 6, and look at them all pumped up. Jason Young is going crazy down there, the defensive coordinator. What a play by Christian Hernandez, and all the spin moves that happened. Kobe Minor is pumped up. Christian Hernandez, way to cap off a game. Very sloppy at some points, but man, the defense pulled through. Christian Hernandez, man, he's got to be the MVP at the end of this, along with Kelvin Yuka, and who else? Kobe Minor.
Well, the story of this game to this point was about 2 or 3 plays that really turned the tables, but none have flipped the script tonight more than that pick 6 to seal it. It's now a 33-26 lead for Lake Dallas. And we should hold the horses just a moment.
That's
With
true.
1:37, it's still a one-possession game, barring the extra point. Lake Dallas still in a great position here. Snap. Crucial extra point is up, and it's good. So that will make it an 8-point game. And it's 34-26, so not over yet. I should retrace my steps on that. We all got excited. That's how this game has gone to this point.
You know, that's the first action we've seen in quite a while. That was one of the biggest plays that's happened yet. And, I mean, Christian Hernandez, we haven't said his name too much, but what other time than when it comes down to clutch time? So, came in clutch, but it's time to finish it off. Hey, maybe he's got another play in the bag in store for him.
Yeah, so the game not over yet. It's a one-possession game. 1:37 left in the ball game. 26 points for Denton, 34, and an 8-point lead for Lake Dallas.
And how about this? After the 4.5-minute mark, the Falcons had turned it over. Denton ended up getting the ball, and then just a couple plays later, that's when the big play happened with the big pick 6 by Christian Hernandez. Big shout out to Drew here for holding it down on the stats, and our guy Mike holding it down on the camera. And how about Fab and Drew figuring out how to get it going up on YouTube? Shout out to OBS for being very difficult to work with, but we got it going now.
Was that a sponsorship plug for OBS?
No, that was actually a slight jab. But you know, it is a sponsorship. Make sure you get the best teeth done over at Corinth Orthodontics.
Here we go. Pooch kick at the 35-yard line. Oh, it's off of player on the Broncos. And, recovered by Denton. Thought for a second that Pooch kick bounced off a Bronco player and picked up by Lake Dallas, but that wasn't the case. So, here we go. 1:37 left in the ballgame. 34-26. Falcons on top. 8-point lead. Broncos going to start at their own 34-yard line. We're going to we're going to stay right here. So, Garen, the way this game has gone tonight, you really can compartmentalize this game into probably about 4 or 5 single plays tonight have really told the story. It's been either a block punt, a block field goal, or an out-of-nowhere pick 6 or a touchdown bomb that's got us where we are. Here we go. 1st and 10. Guadalajara escaping some pressure, going to throw this away out of the sideline. So what I was saying is that this game has really been a story of a couple of plays that have filled in kind of a dull game, filling in the rest of the night.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of been blah like this game, it's been tough to watch and broadcast because there's been a lot of mistakes because obviously it started out with the field being wet. Guajardo, he's not the best passer, so it's really not too much of an air raid going on that end. It's been lots and lots of Shelley taking the ball down the middle and the defense having to figure out, and Kobe Minor having to make some plays on his own, and finally the defense coming together as a whole and making these big plays, AJ.
2nd and 10, Guadalajara going to throw, finds his man off his hands and bobbled. He couldn't make the catch, and that brings up 3rd down and 10. So with a minute and 26 seconds to go, 34-26 lead for the Falcons.
And the Falcons right now are looking to close up shop here tonight, and if you're looking to close on your house, be sure to go to Sub-Zero Realty, SubZeroRealty.com, 940-228-1461 if you are looking for a realtor or for a new house, or you need to get rid of your old house. Go to Sub-Zero Realty.
4 receivers on the line here. Guadalajara the snap. Quick throw over the middle, incomplete, looking for contact, no flag. Minor celebrates with a man next to him, and that brings up 4th down. 10 yards to go. Denton on their own 34-yard line. Minute and 20 to go. This is the ball game with 1:21 left and 2 timeouts. Got to imagine Lake Dallas could run the clock down to about 10, maybe 15 seconds left. Here we go. 4th and 10. 34-yard line. Here we go. Guajardo looking to the right. Quick pass. It's caught at the sideline. Outside of the 40. 30-yard line. You have got to be kidding. The script has been flipped again. Touchdown, Denton. We spoke too soon.
Oh, yeah, we spoke way too soon. Sorry, Falcon fans. I think I jinxed that one.
Commentator Jinx.
Yep.
Alive and well.
Jinxed it all the time.
I think we both did. Just like that. It's a 34-32 ball game. Denton claps back, and they are a 2-point conversion away from tying this one up. So now, no time for panic just yet. No time for panic. Special teams unit coming on. And Garen, how fitting is it that the biggest blunders of this game have been from special teams, but now most likely it's going to be decided by a special teams play, a 2-point conversion.
Oh man, it's very fitting because right now you got special teams, but it's also your defensive unit who's kind of carried you this entire game, at least keeping the game rather close. So it comes down to what can they do what can Coach Young do coming up with the new blitz package, or are they going to run it in with Shelley?
Here we go. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snap for Guajardo. Dump off to Shelley. 1-on-1, and he gets to the pylon. Wow. It's good. A 2-point conversion is successful. Wow. And once again, the script has been flipped. We are tied at 34. 1:09 left in the ball game. My goodness.
Whew. Man, I think I'm going to have to go and get a couple of smoothies after this. See, keep it clean. Keep it rated G, everybody.
I was waiting. Is there a sponsor plug there? Or
no,
are you going somewhere with
sponsor plug
this?
on that one. I think I actually just need a smoothie here. It sounded pretty good right now. But that was just a play. I mean, we kind of talked about it. Is it going to go to Shelley or is it going to be a pass? Well, why not a pass to Shelley?
That's the second time in that part of the field tonight that Denton has gone to Shelley on a quick dump out in the flat, and it's worked. One of them was a touchdown, and one of them being that 2-point conversion to tie the ball game up. We're going to try to regroup here. Lake Dallas has the ball with a chance to win it. 1:09 left in the ball game, tied at 34, and it looks like we're going to stay right here as we're getting ready for the kickoff. So tied at 34, exactly. Tied at 34. You have 1 timeout, 1 minute and 9 seconds left. And the way this game has gone, any superlative seems irrelevant and unnecessary, but you have to have a feeling that whoever has the ball last is going to have the chance to win this game, the best chance to win this game. Yep. But again, like I said, the way this game's gone, who knows?
Yeah, it's really who knows, because what can Trevor Moon do when he has the ball in his hands with a minute 10 seconds left, or a minute 5 seconds left, really, because they're probably going to let this one fall out of the end zone at his own 25-yard line. So that's something that we have to see.
All score at 34. Kickoff away. Will they kick it to Minor? This is going to go to the 2-yard line, caught and returned out to the 15, to the 20, to the 25-yard line, breaking free to the 30, hit by a couple of Broncos out, and that was Godwin, the sophomore, out for the nice return. So it's going to give Lake Dallas good field position. They're going to start from their own 35-yard line, tied at 34 with 1 minute left in the ballgame.
You know, how about this, though? Godwin's having himself one heck of a debut of a game. He's, after that first mistake of the fumble, luckily Lake Dallas was able to get the ball back, but it did cost him a touchdown on that play, and then it led to the blocked field goal attempt. But Godwin has had himself a pretty nice game. He's proven himself as a kick return man. Obviously, he's proven himself as an end-around man, so he's got the speed, he's got the ability. What about the catches? They have him listed as a wide receiver, so I'm interested to see what type of packages they can continue to get this Godwin Ugachukwu. Godwin Ugachukwu. I'm going to get that
good
one.
luck.
I'm going to get that one at some point, guys.
3 receivers to Moon's left, 1 to his right. IK to his left hip, pump fake. Toss down to left field. He's got a man, but he overthrew him and missed him to the right. Moon had a tight window to complete that pass, but a safe throw there. Hits the turf and complete. Second down, still at their own 35.
And still going to say, you had mentioned maybe they have Brandon Ingle out there on a pitch count. You got to think maybe he is on a pitch count because he looks just fine down there. He's got his helmet strapped up. He's ready to go. He's right on the sideline watching the game, but he's not in there. So that's when you're like, he's got to be on that.
You never want to speculate here, but second down and 10. Handoff inside to IK, barreling through with momentum almost to the 45-yard line. Close enough for a first down. Yes, they'll move the chains. So here we go. 49 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining. Still at their own 45-yard line. Need to get to Denton territory. Snap. Handoff inside. IK running through. Good hole there.
Yeah.
That was Godwin on the run, to get into the 50-yard line. No, check that. That was Minor.
Yes.
Gain of 4.
Yeah, so I'm with you on that one there, Mike. Our camera guy saying, why are they running the ball? I'm not quite sure. There's 24 seconds left.
Seems like they're playing for overtime. Quick throw to the left, in and out of the hands of Minor. That's a costly one. Check that. That was Jaden McGrew that time. Incomplete pass. So third down and 6. Interesting spot here with 20 seconds left in the ball game. Lake Dallas does have a timeout, but on third down, now you have to remember, with Denton having 2 timeouts here, there are only 20 seconds left in the ball game, but if you throw an incomplete pass here, you're giving Denton at least an opportunity here. Let's see what they do. Moon going to throw on third down. Almost snack, spun around, and he's going to get hit from behind with 2
but there's
flags.
Gonna be a horse collar.
Is that what you saw, Garrett? A horse collar would give Lake Dallas not only a first down, but would give them so close to the field goal range here with 13 seconds left. See what the call is. It's a personal foul and a face mask. That'll do just the same. So a 15-yard personal foul will give the Falcons not only better field position, it'll put them on the Denton side of the field.
And one quick thing, AJ, is if they can get within the Denton 20-yard line, they're going to go and try and kick this field goal. And it's just a matter of, can the offensive line hold them? We don't know yet, but this is going to put them at what, about the 40, maybe 38-yard line, you think?
They're spotting this at the 36-yard line according to the scoreboard. So now, 13 seconds left in the ball game.
16
Tie
yards
game,
is what they're aiming
34
for.
apiece.
1 timeout left.
One
Broncos
timeout.
got 2.
Fresh set of downs. Have to imagine for Coach Mike Young, he'd like at least one more first down to be in relatively comfortable field goal range to try to win it with a last-second kick. 13 seconds, here we go. 2 wide receivers. Check that, 3 on the right, 1 on the left. Moon the snap, looking right. Pressure coming, he's sacked, and that hurts.
Yep, that's
down at the
do
45-yard line. And Coach Michael Young's going to let the clock run out, and that means we are going to overtime.
Did he call timeout?
The clock on the scoreboards ran down.
They're saying he called the timeout.
And yeah, you're right. The referees are signaling that
Gonna go for a Hail Mary?
Yeah, timeout was called. Scoreboard's going to be reset. We'll see where they put it. It's at 20 seconds right now. They're going to drop it down to 2. So that sack takes them out of fringe field goal position. They're now clearly going to be out of range. They're at the Denton 45-yard line. 2 seconds left in the ball game. And check that. We're going to have a word with Fab Sauce for a second.
Hear us? Oh, we can't hear.
Hey, technical difficulties. We're back. So timeout called by Lake Dallas.
It's a really far kick right now. We're at, about 45, 55. This is about a 58 to 60-yard field goal right now if they even went for it. I mean, that's a heck of a kick for even an NFL kicker. So
yeah, it's a lot to ask. You wonder with the field position as it is right now at the 45-yard line, you're at the point where your only real option is either a Hail Mary to the end zone or something underneath, and you hope you get a caravan of blockers to find your way to the end zone. But again, how risky do you want to go for it at the risk of turning the ball over and losing it on the other end? Here we go. They're going to go for it. Hail Mary pass. Nope. Going to be a quick check down to the 45-yard line, 35-yard line, and he's going to be tackled immediately. Hope unable to break anything, and that'll do it. Regulation, we're all square at 34 apiece. Lake Dallas football.
First game,
opening act has been quite a night.
Oh, man.
Very first play from scrimmage for the Falcons offensively was a bomb from Brandon Engel, and that game has somehow found its way to Trevor Moon leading the charge to take the lead, and then Denton answered back with a Guajardo touchdown bomb to tie it up after a two-point conversion was successful. So what a half, or what a game.
What a game.
This is quite the opening act. What a season is in store if this is just the start of it.
You know, this is a very familiar feeling for us to have up in this broadcast booth. It coming down to the wire, and kind of you're chomping at the bit for what's going to happen, and it seems like the Falcons just enjoy kind of giving everyone a little bit of a heart attack up in here, because man, every single game it comes down to just about the wire. But
yes, it has.
It always comes down to who's got better coaching, and just about every single time Michael Young's going to win that one.
It's going to be a final possession win for somebody. 34-34 all square. As we head to overtime, we're going to step out for a quick break. This is Lake Dallas High School football, tied at 34, headed to overtime. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. We'll be right back.
Hey Falcon fans, your local community bank, Point Bank, would like to invite you to its location right here in Corinth to get your very own Lake Dallas school logo debit card. It's free when you open up a new personal checking account. To sweeten the deal, Point Bank will make a $25 donation to your choice of participating booster clubs. Point Bank is a member of FDIC Bank. Good luck, Falcons.
If I had
Sub-Zero Realty is changing the real estate game and making sure you get to keep more of your hard-earned equity. Visit our website at www.subzerorealty.com or contact our office at 940-228-1461 for further details.
Moving to the country, I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Therapy Partners Corinth is a proud supporter of all Falcon athletics. Their main goal is keeping your athlete in the game and you cheering in the stands. So if you have any aches or pains that limit your daily life, be sure to give Therapy Partners Corinth a call at 940-498-4004 or visit their website at ptofcorinth.com. Or go ahead and ask your physician how Therapy Partners Corinth can help you today. Let's go Falcons. Let's go prove them wrong out there.
If you own a business and have been putting off replacing your flooring, the team at TW Hicks is ready for your call. Located right here in Denton, TW Hicks has the quality service, quality leadership, and experience needed to be your industrial flooring solution. You can visit them at www.twhicksinc.com.
Overtime getting ready to start here, tied at 34. Trevor Moon, first play from scrimmage in the extra period, hands it off inside. It's going to be a minimal gain right in front of the 20-yard line. AJ Tellers alongside me, Garen Shunt. Fab Sauce behind us. You're listening to Lake Dallas Falcons football on the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. It's overtime. 2nd down and 6 from the 21-yard line. Handoff inside. No Moon's going to keep it on option. Get around the 20 and just in front of the 16, maybe the the 17-yard line, and that's going to set up third down and awfully short. Remember how overtime works is Lake Dallas possessing the ball first will get an opportunity to score. If they do, Denton will get a chance to answer. If they kick a field goal, Denton can either tie it with a field goal themselves or win it with a touchdown. Lake Dallas faced with a 3rd and 2 here. Moon, handoff inside. This is Minor, going to get swallowed up past the first down marker. Not much after that, but a fresh set of downs, and now Lake Dallas threatening to punch this in.
Yeah, it looks like out there Ike Onyekore is doing a great job of taking the ball, keeping his pads low, and churning out once again another first down. But when you get into this territory in overtime, there's no option but scoring. You have to score a touchdown, because if you don't, one way or the other, Denton's going to get a chance. So if you don't score at all, Denton kicks a field goal, they win. You want to get something.
1st and 10 from the 12. Spin move, Lindsey able to salvage a couple. Might have lost 2, but it could have been a lot worse. Nice play by Lindsey just to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 12 due up next. And you're right, Garen. It's tough in a game that surrendered 68 combined points to leave it up to your defense. You'd feel like Coach Michael Young has got to try to get his team into the end zone here. You cannot settle for a field goal. And another unfortunate man down for the Broncos. It's been a rough night. Special teams, defensively, we've seen a couple players go down. We're going to take a quick step back. 34-34 in overtime. Falcons with the football. 2nd down and 12. We'll be right back.
And if you're listening and you have a child that you're trying to get into football or something, well, I think the best place you can go is LCFCA, Lake City's Football and Cheerleading Association, because they will prepare your future Falcons to play like these guys out here on the field, and be prepared for overtime. Y'all stay tuned. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. What's going on, everybody? Garen here to talk to you guys about LCFCA, the most amazing youth sports association in Denton County. Their mission is to promote a positive environment in youth football and cheer, fostering character, athleticism, teamwork, and sportsmanship. So go ahead and sign up your future Falcons today.
The Lake Dallas Quarterback Club would like to thank one of our sponsors, Mark Tucker Allstate. Serving the Lake Dallas area, Mark Tucker Allstate is located on FM 2181 in Hickory Creek. Stop by or give them a call at 940-321-1881 for a quote today.
Back in overtime here at Falcons Stadium. 2nd and 12. Falcons have the ball at the 14-yard line. Got a man in motion. Moon going to keep it on the option. He is smacked in the backfield, and he will be sacked. And this will set up a 3rd and long. And decision time now for the Falcons. How aggressive do they want to be? The last thing you want to do here is be too aggressive, and it leads to a negative play, and you're kicked out of field goal range. You're already just about the edge of comfortable field goal range, I'd say. Here we go. At the 18-yard line, 3rd and 14. Snap from Moon. Looking to his left. Taking a shot. End zone. Got a man. There's contact. Ball falls short at the goal line. Incomplete. There definitely was contact. Perhaps the refs rule it as an uncatchable ball. Nonetheless, it's an incomplete pass, and it brings the Lake Dallas Falcons to a 4th down and 14, and they're going to send the kicking unit out.
And I'm still thinking you have a better chance, and this is no shots at all towards Trevor Moon out there, but it's just that when you have Brandon Engel, the biggest playmaker in the district, not on the field, it's hard to win the game, and you have to have him out there.
Here we go. Field goal to take the lead. It's up. It got blocked again. And if that hasn't been the story of the ball game, I don't know what has. Special teams lets the Falcons down again. My goodness.
Yeah, Ronnie Smith down there is kind of just like, man, I don't even know what I can do to get these guys to block properly. It's just they're struggling.
They've surrendered a blocked field goal, a blocked punt, a blocked extra point, and now a blocked field goal.
4
in overtime.
Woo! And the list isn't even over yet.
And this is week 1.
It's week 1.
You're going to have some elite teams in the state go seasons without conceding this many blocked field attempts on special teams. So definitely some things to work on after week 1. But now here's Denton. Shelley, the handoff outside, gets past the 25-yard line, stops short of the 20-yard line. So now Lake Dallas really in a pinch here. They cannot allow the Broncos to score. And Denton starting this second down play at the 22-yard line. They're already in field goal range, so the Falcons are going to need something big out of their defense.
Oh, they got to have something really big. Maybe another pick from Christian Hernandez. Maybe it comes from their big playmaker, Kobe Minor.
3 receivers out to the right, but the handoff's going to be inside to Shelley, who's going to bounce around to the outside, get to the 20-yard line around the edge before he's pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That'll bring up third down. Manageable distance.
You know, they got a number in there, Denton does, number 18, but we don't even have a number on this guy. So this is a guy that they just recently brought up or changed roster numbers on. They're switching it up on us up here, but
it's the intricacies of high school football. The rosters don't always come complete.
Yeah, maybe Shelley's going in there and changing jerseys every time.
Maybe. Third down and 4. Here we go. 19-yard line. Snap inside to Shelley. He's going to get the first down, barreling just past the 15-yard line. And another first down for...
Oh, they might have him short.
Are they short? Let's see where they spot it. Maybe he didn't get past the 15-yard line. And yeah, you're right, Darren. They're short. So now...
Man.
Oh, you want to be a head coach, do you? 4th and 1. 4th and 1 at the 17-yard line. A field goal wins the game. Right now, you're looking at about a 34-yard field goal attempt. And Den's going to call a timeout and work this one out. So we're not going to go anywhere, Darren. This is a perfect time to think.
Yeah.
What in your mind is the best decision here? You're at essentially a 34-yard field goal to win the ball game, or a 4th and 1. It's a manageable distance to pick it up, but if you don't, you're essentially handing the game right back to Lake Dallas.
Are you asking if I'm Denton or if I'm Lake Dallas's defense?
Well, if you're Denton,
okay,
is the obvious decision to kick the field goal to try to win the game, or do you get greedy and try to get one more yard to make it a little bit more manageable?
I think the obvious decision for Denton is you got to go for the field goal. Now, if I'm Lake Dallas and I'm Coach Jason Young, the defensive coordinator, I am sending everyone and their family blitzing up down the middle, up on the sides, doing every single thing possible, sending a guy supermaning over the top. I don't care. That's probably Kobe Minor's job because he can probably vertical jump 50 inches.
So the field goal unit out. Special teams has let both teams down at several points tonight. Does it have any more magic for the Falcons? Can they get one more break on special teams? Tied in overtime, this field goal for the win. And get your ice cubes out. The Falcons will attempt to ice Denton's kicker. So we'll have one more stoppage here. More suspension. The tension will rise. 34-34, tied here in overtime. Lake Dallas attempted to kick a field goal on their first possession of the extra period, and it was appropriately blocked. If you haven't been with us, there have been 4 total kicks tonight. Punts, extra points, and field goals combined that have been blocked by both teams. And it has been about as sloppy a performance on special teams as you could ask for.
Oh yeah, this has got to go down as one of the worst special teams openings you can have in high school football for both sides. They're going to be very disappointed. Both teams, like I said, are going to be doing up downs. They're going to be running miles, 100s, 200s, 300s, suicide runs. So they're doing them forever. It's going to be a
chalkboards are going to be full tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
In the week of practice, special teams should be at the top of the list for both sides. But here we go. Field goal to win it for Denton. Lake Dallas bringing the heat, stacking the line. This is for all the marbles tonight. The snap, good. Kick, up. It is good, and that is the ball game. Denton Broncos defeat Lake Dallas at home. They spoil the Falcons' home and season opener on an appropriate 34-yard field goal attempt in extra time. And an overtime loss that should be hard to swallow for this Falcon team. Sloppiness, inconsistency, and ultimate mistakes that led to this Falcon defeat against a Denton team that went 2-8 last year. And the Broncos Broncos avenge the home opener loss a year ago. That 47-28 win for the Falcons last year seems like an so-distant memory tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of a shout-out to Kobe Minor here. He was the first one to go out and kind of shake hands with all these Denton guys. And, I mean, he's a little bit further away from his teammates, but waited for his teammates to catch up. But, I mean, you got to give the effort to the Falcon defense. I think the Falcon defense kind of kept them in this game for a while now, but the offense kind of lost it for them. I mean, when you turn it over 4, 5, 6 times and have who knows how many penalties during crucial situations, you switch out your best quarterback / your best athlete on the offense after the first half of the game, it's very difficult to win. And you got to wonder, what is this going to do to the attitude of the Lake Dallas High School Falcons? Because it's going to change everything. Because
out of the gate, you're obviously right, Garen. You never want to start a season on the wrong foot, but to have a really emotional, draining loss like tonight, I think it just comes down to what you were saying, is if you include block punts and field goals, 4 total turnovers tonight. And I think you're right, what the defense does deserve some credit. If you look back at the plays that changed this game for Denton, they didn't happen because of openings in the Falcon defense. They happened because of mistakes on offense and, more importantly, special teams. Turnovers is what ultimately put the Falcons defense in such a vulnerable position to be on the hook for the loss. You cannot blame this loss on the Falcons defense. It's going to be chalked up to miscues, and that's something that a week of practice for Coach Michael Young, the number one emphasis, I think we all can agree, is going to be ball security and special teams discipline.
Now, I do think one thing that's really going to affect the team chemistry is the fact that he's switching out quarterbacks already in the first game.
That's certainly going to be the storyline going into the week.
You have to 100% commit to one quarterback. Who is your guy? You can't be switching them and rotating them, because as a former player and as someone who knows these guys, when you switch out your quarterbacks, even though these quarterbacks are friends with each other, it's really hard to build that team chemistry together. Can you trust that, man, do I really know who's throwing me the ball? Do we know what type of offense we're going to run? The coaches, they have to completely change the game plan whenever something new, such as Trevor Moon coming in at quarterback compared to Brandon Engel. As we saw, Engel was able to air it out, and something Trevor Moon wasn't really doing too much was airing it out. He was more just running a rushing first type offense, whereas Engel was getting that play action type pass. They were running an Oklahoma Sooner style offense where he was breaking out, getting in the play action, running the bootlegs, getting it out there, and kind of launching it with his arm, as we said with the first play with Kobe Minor. I think there's a lot to look back on. There's also positives. One thing I think we got to do here is something I always like to do is give my MVPs of the game. You know, even though it can be for Denton, it can be for Lake Dallas, but let's stick with it at home. Who would you say is the overall MVP of this game?
Well, we obviously saw Kobe Minor early on make impacts on both sides of the ball. I think if there was any standout, it had to have certainly been Kobe Minor. Trevor Lindsay did a nice job as a committee back, as a wide receiver, as you know, filling in the backfield. But Kobe Minor, I think, had the biggest impact on both sides of the ball for any player. I tell you, this is a tough one to put out individual accolades, just the way the game went. Yeah. There wasn't a particular play by one person or particular performance by one player that you could say this changed the game.
Yep.
It was just a sloppy opening week. There are some positives, however. But again, I think the bottom line of this game is how the biggest thing we addressed coming into tonight is the questions at the turnover and the transitions of the roster coming into this season. The biggest, obviously, being quarterback Ryan Demper-Schmidt coming out of graduating. They lost him.
Right.
So the quarterback was the biggest question mark going into this season. You have Demper-Schmidt a year ago who threw for over 2,300 yards, had 21 touchdowns, and the biggest thing, there was stability at the quarterback position. He played in all 11 games. And tonight, how you mentioned the platoon or committee, however you want to put it, between Trevor Moon and Brandon Engel, none of us suspected that. None of us came into the night once we saw Engel dressed and in the starting lineup and taking the first snaps.
Why would they take him out?
We never anticipated anticipated, and you're right, coming out of the ballgame. So the questions of who's going to step up as that quarterback wasn't answered tonight. And also, too, the question of with Depper Schmidt leaving the team as well, not only as their starting quarterback, but as their leading rusher, who was going to step up in the backfield and really lead this running game? And the big candidate for that would have been Ike Onyerekwe, and that just didn't happen tonight.
Yeah, and Ike, he, don't get us wrong here. Ike had an excellent game. I'm sure if we had the exact stats, yard for yard, I'm sure Ike probably had 75 plus yards rushing. Not too bad for a player who's having to deal with a very not run first type offense. So I think obviously that was there, but the fact they had to run him 15, 20, 25, 30 times for him to get about 70, 75 yards, that's something that's really tough to kind of deal with yourself. And I just think they need to figure out this quarterback situation.
Yes,
I think my personal opinion is I think you have to have Brandon Ingle out on that field. Whether that's with Trevor Moon quarterbacking, I think you need to have Brandon Ingle out at the wide receiver position, or you can do it vice versa. You can have Brandon Ingle at quarterback, which is probably the best idea, and put Trevor Moon out there as a wide receiver, because I think Brandon Ingle and his wide receivers with Hunter Hope and the Jaden McGrew connection with him, the Kobe Minor and Brandon Ingle connection, and who knows what could happen whenever you put Trevor Moon and Brandon Ingle together. Brandon Ingle, he was a former quarterback of his freshman year, and Trevor Moon, being a young guy, and Lake Dallas is known for putting these guys at wide receiver until the next guy kind of moves off, which would be next year for Moon. Basically, Moon would have a whole year as a wide receiver, and that's where Brandon Ingle really broke out and became a big name for the Falcons. So maybe that means Brandon Ingle needs to be quarterback. They need to put Trevor Moon out there at wide receiver alongside Jaden McGrew, continue to get Kobe Minor incorporated.
It'll be something to see for week 2.
Oh, yeah. And
so tonight...
Keep it going, AJ. I'm gonna look up our next opponent here.
Go ahead, Garen. And yeah, I think tonight the story of it was coming in a lot of questions that still remain unanswered. It's hard to walk away from this game with any sort of conclusion on the quarterback play, because as issue-filled as the transition between Angle and Moon was, it's hard to come out and say that the impact that this game was won or lost because of either quarterbacks. I think the bottom line is we can't say it enough. This week of practice is going to heavily emphasize special teams and ball security, and hopefully for Lake Dallas they can right the ship. And Garen, do you have the opponent for week 2 just yet?
Yes, I do, and I actually wanted to break it down before we head on out of here. So basically in your 5A Region 2 District 7, end of the scores, however you want to say it. Right now, it looks like the Denison Yellow Jackets and Sherman Bearcats right now. Denison is leading that one in the fourth quarter, 6 minutes left, 22-13. But the Reedy Lions defeated the Plano West Wolves 17-7. Frisco Raccoons defeated the Wilson Wildcats 45-17. Red Oak lost to Braswell Bengals 48-27. Lebanon Trail defeated Southwest Raiders 43-18. Frisco Memorial defeated Salina 16-14, which is a huge deal. South Garland lost to Princeton 41-0, so Princeton looking like one heck of a team this year. And then the Lovejoy Leopards and Colleyville Heritage Panthers have still yet to play, and it looks like Lake Dallas next week is going to be taking on opponent Frisco Centennial at home. Kickoff at 7 p.m. So we'll be back in the stomping grounds, back up here in the Falcon Nest here, AJ. But how's your first time broadcasting here?
Well, I was excited to be part of this group. It seems like a great, well-knit team. I'm glad that y'all have welcomed me with open arms. Fab Sauce making this all possible. Drew, Fab Jr. in the background. Mike over there working the camera. Garen, obviously, here because of you.
And great Drew running stats.
Exactly. Drew did a great job tonight. I think overall, this week 1 had a feel for it. I think it's appropriate that this was day 1.
Yep.
You came in with both teams. You could tell there was some rust apparent. You could tell that both teams just not on to sync offensively and defensively. Special teams, we've said it enough. And I think the takeaways from this game is that both teams have got to work on taking care of the football. Both teams have some issues, I think, at the quarterback position, or at least room for improvement out of the quarterback position. There's skilled players on this Falcons offense that I think, and you and I both think, that we're going to keep our eyes on. Guys like Ike
Onyekure.
There you go. Is someone that we think is going to have a big season for the Falcons. Kobe Minor and J.D. McGrew should leave this receiving core. So
we're going to be in for a good one next week. So be sure you come in or you tune in to us next week here on our YouTube page. We'll have everything set up this time around.
Yes,
or you
we
can
will.
be sure to tune in to our broadcast. Kickoff here at 7 p.m. Pregame starts at 6:30. I'll have that Coach Young interview for you coming up midweek on Wednesday. But once again, big shout out here to our newcomer AJ Tellers. I'm Garen Shantz here with Fab Salas, our producer, also known as Fabulous Fab. We got Drew back here running stats, and his pops, Mike Smith, running the cameras. So shout out to all y'all fans, shout out to all the watchers. Y'all have a good night, drive safe, and once again, your final is 37-34. The Lake Dallas Falcons fall to the Denton Broncos in overtime. Thank you for watching the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. See you next week.
Welcome to the award-winning Lake Dallas Quarterback Club radio broadcast.